nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, zero. My name is Daljit. Welcome to the show. Hey guys, and welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are well. Haha. Yes. Hey Neil, how are you? Yes. I think I have a very sadistic trainer, and I couldn't change into a normal football jersey. In fact, I am beginning to feel a bit cold. Yeah. I mean, I'm still warm. Body is warm. Aircon is cold. Man, I got a sadistic trainer, man. When I'm trying to get my workout heartbeat, that my workout heartbeat is dropping. So it used to take me a short time to get to about 150 beats per minute. Now it takes like forever to get there. So it's pushing and torturing me, but it's good. I mean, I am enjoying the workouts. I need the workouts because I'm trying to get that itch back in my fitness, which allowed me to do a lot of things previously, and I have every intention of achieving the goal I have set myself out to, climbing that mountain. Yes, there's a mountain I want to climb. Apart from that, then my brother-in-law comes up to me and says, Daljit, would you want to help organize a cycling competition, an urban cycling competition? It's a 45-kilometer route. And I mean, like, I'm in. So I'm like, yeah, you can bring the kids. I'm like, no, you take the kids. I'm taking part in the competition. So I want to do that as well. So there are lots of things I want to do. Yeah, because used to be really fit. I hate the fact that in the last 7 years or 8 years or so, I've just lost a lot of that fitness that I used to have. And it's very annoying. So that's me. I get annoyed. I don't get annoyed with Football Manager. I get annoyed with myself if I don't hit my own personal targets. That's been my nature my entire life. So I set myself a target. I will, more or less I'll get what I want. But oddly enough, it's never been financial. It's always been different things that make me happy. Money has never made me happy. I mean, of course, you need money to survive in the world, right? But it's always been different kinds of, I've always been motivated by different things. I think people need to have that motivation in their life. Something to make them want to get up every single day and look forward to a new day, right? You need that. It doesn't, and you need to find something that will kick you off. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I mean, when I was younger, it used to be, it used to be sports. Right. So it used to be athletics and sports, and it used to be motivated to do well in those things. Then as I got older, it became achieving things at work that nobody else could do. So that was my goal. That was the thing that drove me. Right. If somebody said something was impossible, I'd do it. Yeah, I'd be the one that wanted to do the impossible thing. So I think we all need something like that in our lives. Yeah, it's when you stop challenging yourself that you fall off the pedestal. And then when that happens, then you start accepting mediocrity for yourself. And when you start accepting mediocrity for yourself, things go south in your life. And when things go south in your life, you start blaming people around you. And you should start looking at yourself when you should actually be looking at yourself in the mirror, right? So I don't want to go there, right? Because I know that can happen easily. Yeah, man. Hope you guys are well. I'm always like this. I'm always gunning for something, right? So I think that's the reason why when I played Football Manager the first time in my 20s, right? I wanted to beat the game at all costs. I mean, I've been like that when it's gaming, right? I have to beat the game. And I give myself a timeline to beat the game. It doesn't matter what, as long as you set. And the thing is that you don't beat something by looking at. Yeah, if you wanna beat something, you chip away at it instead of trying to beat the whole thing. When you chip away at a problem, you break it down into component parts. You get better at solving bigger problems, right? Because you know how to break things up. You know how to compartmentalize. Even in Football Manager, right? So when you're playing the game Football Manager, if you find it challenging to play the game, you got to take a step back, break it up into small parts. Right? I'm going to do a video very soon where I talk about I hate this. Part of me just hates doing this kind of videos, though, because I keep doing the same freaking videos over and over again. So I want to, how do you get good at Football Manager? Right? I mean, like, is it a case of understanding the metas and all that nonsense? No, of course not. Seriously, it isn't. Hey, the metas and all that funky jazz is just there, you know what I mean? I mean, you see, but how do you see the patterns in the game? In order for you to see the patterns of the game, you got to break it down into its smaller components, right? You break it up into smaller components. You start with attributes. You remember my first book? Those of you have. I mean, I don't recycle my work. Okay, I don't write. No, I mean, I used to. 2016, 2017, 2018 was basically revised editions of that book, right? So I got sick and tired of that. So now I don't write about the first book anymore. The first book was all about attributes. I mean, there were 80 pages on attributes. No? 80 pages on attributes, okay? Because I thought that this is the most important thing about the game. If you understand attributes and you understand how they work, that's 70% of the game. It is the easiest part of the game, right? But what the problem is, people start to think, and because it's all started in the 90s, right? When we first started playing the game, people used to go in and go like, "Oh, concentration is only for defenders." Then I was like, even then I was going, can't be. I mean, why would they want to make attributes so specific? And true enough, Neil Deothin, who was working at SI at that time. So I was lucky, I was on the dream team, right? So there was this group of players in the world that were, those days, the dream team was made up of the best players in the world, right? So our players, SI thinks, are good at breaking the match engine. There was only a few of us, like what, five or six of us, yeah. So not many, right? That was on the first dream team, and then after that they started bringing others like Cleon on board and the others. But I was on the original team, and then he explained something to us back then, because this is when when you are positive about the game. I'm not saying you should always say nice things about the game. When you post constructive criticism about the game, SI start having more discussions with you. So that's when they explain attributes are what was the explanation he gave me? Event based. Event based. So every event, right? Attributes take on a different importance. So when you're attacking, if you're attacking a team, then off the ball becomes important. Acceleration is important. But again, it's at different times. Like, the guy could be 10 meters from the ball. Another guy could be 30 meters from the ball. There's a different weight as well then. So all these suddenly looked very complicated. So I started trying to explain everything in simple terms like attributes, right? All the attributes. So enough of that, Let's not go there anymore. It's a long time ago. So now, I think when we come to the game has become so much more easier for all of you, man. All of you are having... Oh, that's all for the guys on Discord. I don't really release my books anymore, man. I don't. All the books are on the Discord channel. So all those guys who have access, they can go in there. Because I think I've written, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 8 books, right? 8. I don't know. Don't count. Too many. But some of the first few books I got, I think people say the first few books are good, but I thought they were too long. They were too long. There's too much of me. I'm waffling on about attributes. I'm so focused on attributes. Those days I was so focused on attributes and passing triangles and club DNA and breaking up your team into creators, destroyers, scorers. That was so scientific, everything. Today, I look at a game. Hey, let's simplify this, man. Yeah. I think there was a lot with, after that I started adding a lot of the LLM guides, right? Yeah, I think I need a fun book next, man. Right, Joey, the next Football Manager book is Play Like Joey. The crazy Joey book. I'll tell a whole story about Joey, man. Yeah, because you see me on the stream sometimes, right? When I'm playing on the streams, and I go crazy, I go loco on the stream, right? Like, I just want to change tactics every 5 minutes. I think there was one game I changed tactics 4 times just because I felt I could. Because I was insane. This is the thing. This is a game. Have fun. If you're not going to have fun with this game, why bother? Right? Life is short. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Yeah, how to get sacked in 15 easy steps from Joey. That's the next book. Okay, that's the one. That's the next book. How to get sacked in 15 easy ways. I tried. No, you'd be surprised how difficult it is to get sacked if you do something, right? Okay, I tried this on Alpha. Yeah, so as I came, they said, hey, this year we're gonna introduce this dynamics model. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And then we got this body language and all that. Wow, I said, this is impressive, man. Okay, I want to try and get sacked. And they were like, what? Yeah, because I want to see if there's player revolt in the dressing room, because I'm always going to say the wrong thing to them during halftime and team talks, and I'm going to rub them the wrong way. I'm going to refuse to sign their contracts. I'm going to do everything in my power to get those players to gang up and get me fired. Do you know it was impossible to get that done? So I wrote a comment to us like, how it's impossible for a player revolt to happen in this game. The players don't try to get me fired. I have done everything humanly possible. Like I did a stream once where all I did was throw water bottles. I can't get fired. The players can be confused. We saw that on the stream. I confused the players during halftime. They still came back to win. Right, so there's some important parts to the game and there's some not so important parts to the game, which is the reason why I've never put much importance to team talks. Team talks, this game is all about attributes, brother and sisters. Sorry, yeah, let's be gender friendly here. Okay, all right, guys, got enough here. Okay, guys, so this is the show we like to call Bring Your Tactics. It's a chance for you to bring in your tactics, and you know what? We share some insights. I will try your tactics out, and then I will share my insights. They may not be brilliant insights. I may get it absolutely wrong. But at the end of the day, we'll all learn something together, because you guys have become very good at making your own tactics as well. But sometimes you might be asking yourself that one very simple question: what do I need to do to turn things around? Is my tactic any good? Well, today I'm going to play with your tactic on the stream for 45 minutes of every half. And then I will try my best not to make any changes. Okay? Hopefully I don't need to. But however, if I need to make changes, I can only make those changes after the 45th minute. Yes. Along the way, we hope that we learn something about tactics together. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got this save. We're going to use Atletico. We've been using Atletico Madrid with, we use different teams all the time, right? So it just happens that we've settled on Atletico Madrid this time around. And, well, we've been changing tactics every game, and we are still second on the table. So this definitely throws the whole notion that tactical familiarity is damn important out of the window. Huh? Okay, let's just let's settle this. Huh? Every game we've been changing tactics. So let's go in and see what tactics we got. We've got a couple. Okay, we already got, I think we'll just check. And the link to the general public will come out very soon. Don't worry. We'll download these 2 tactics. Now, the guys on Discord, if you want to download your tactics, please do. We've got this. Why is everything looking so strange? Download, save. I find it. Why? Why do I have to save as? I don't know, man. BYT. Okay, look, I'm confused. I just came out from the gym. I'm very tired. Not very tired. I want my happy juice again. This is my problem when I come out. I finish workouts, right? I sometimes I sometimes say crazy things. And I'm like, ooh, wah. Okay, so we come in here. Tactics, BYT. Do we have any here? Okay, these are last week's tactics. We'll remove them. We'll come in here. Downloads. We got this. We'll extract the files to this folder here. Sports Interactive, Football Manager, Tactics, BYT. Bang! And with that, we have the tactics in here. Review this tactic. Okay, all right. So now we go into the game. We come in here. We remove the clown. That was last week's tactic, right? The cloud. All right, this is the winter patch tactics. We'll go to D. Now, in case some of you have doubt, are still looking for the Monty Python tactic, please be aware that if in case you guys don't know, we have a lot of tactics though. Okay, we don't have like 4 or 5 tactics. This is all the early tactics, right? Retail tactics. Then we had the first patch, right? So these are all the patch tactics, right? This is the winter patch tactics. Okay, so you have to go through all the folders, and of course we have show related tactics. These are all the shows that I've done and the tactics I've used during the shows. So in case you so inclined, you feel like you specifically want that tactic that was used on that show, yeah, by all means, go enjoy yourself. So we've got 5 dots. What is this all about? Okay, this is one interesting looking tactic. I kind of like it. This is not bad. It's got a shadow striker, 2 shadow strikers, a target forward. So I assume you're expecting him to drop, and then these 2 run off through the middle. AP on attack will drive through the middle. Again, this is an interesting little variation. With a ball-winning midfielder on defense, my question is, why is he on support then? If he's on defense, don't you want to try and launch him down the flanks? And then you've got Volante who's going to support play. And then you've got another fullback here as well, who is helping you protect. So a lot of your play is moving through the middle. You got focus play through the middle. I understand why focus play through the middle is interesting, but here you've already got a lot of players in the middle. You don't really need a focus play. I mean, more passes are going to go to the middle, especially when you're using fairly narrow. But, there's nothing wrong inherently with the system from what I can see. I would make 1 or 2 changes, but let's just play the game and see how we go. You got sacked once because you got a 6th place instead of a 5th. Man, I know the feeling. I think when Football Manager was first released, right, this year's Football Manager, I thought the sacking was brutal. Some of the sacking was brutal. Okay, all right, let's quick pick. We don't spend too much time thinking about who plays where. We got Molina, 15, that's good. Reynaldo, that's 16, that's good, with anticipation of 14, concentration of 15. He's an excellent fullback. Yeah, so he's got plenty of good attributes. Hermoso, his jumping reach is only 11. Savage, his jumping reach is only 13. That's like pathetically sad. So let's put a taller player there. I mean, Hermoso is better in a 3-man defense. So put Jimenez there. Let's I know he says I don't want to play football. No, he's not tall enough. Savage is 13. Okay, I guess beggars can't be choosers, huh? Yeah, we look, we can't choose. We can't basically go in there and get all the tall players, so we'll just put him there. Yeah, man. This is a tough team. Okay, Molina, Correa, Griezmann. I mean, these guys are pretty solid options for shadow strikers. Plenty of acceleration and agility, anticipation. I mean, ideally, in shadow strikers, I like to have height. Or at least one of them. At least they're good at trying to win the ball in the air. Let's see whether you got any PIs in your tactic. Interestingly enough, hold position. Wow. Now, this is a bit interesting. I'm the kind of person that likes my fullbacks bombing down the flanks, but you have decided you are attacking them exclusively to the middle. That's very, very interesting. Okay, we'll play this for 45 minutes. Now, I would, in most narrow tactics, right, you want those fullbacks to go up the pitch because you need width in tactics. That's the thing. Tactics there has to be roles that give you width. Okay, if they don't give you width, you have some issues. So like right now, Girona, we should be all over Girona. We should be. Plus, we are allowing that formation up the pitch. Now, the good news is we are playing against another system that uses a narrow setup, which is like they don't have wingers. So we are moving them around, but we're not really creating much. That was lucky. And then we see, still looking. We haven't created. This tactic will struggle to make good chances, but you can definitely look for attacking patterns coming from. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. There's plenty of pressure from them. They got the ball up. There was a lot of hustling going on in midfield. This guy's holding his position, but you see, they won't hold it all the way. They still get out the pitch. This is very bad defending, right? This is terrible defending. I would not get excited if I saw that, because not a lot of teams are going to give you those kind of chances all the time. Yeah, so, okay, not bad. I would... The thing about this is there's a lot of congestion, because when you have focus play to the middle, you're also going to get a lot of congestion. Right, you're contributing to the pack center at the moment, right? So, I mean, your tactic doesn't need focus play to the middle at the moment, right? It doesn't. It naturally will do that, right? That's a great goal, man. You got... Okay, I'll look at chat soon. This is not bad. Through the middle again. The shadow striker comes. Looking quite good. The keeper plays on towards the target man, gets into the area. Nice second goal. This AP is playing a very big part in your tactic at the moment. Well, halftime, we'll take a look at the numbers. Yeah, it's still the same thing, right? There's not a lot of other attacking patterns, except let's get the ball through the middle and then hope that the three in front can create something. So all your chances are going to come from the three in front, right? These three in front are going to generate most of your chances. So you actually need you need shadow strikers who both can create and score. So quite expensive system in the sense that, can you find those kind of players? Are they easy to find? There we go. The target man also has to be able to create and score. So even he has to be able to drop deep, look for the pass, because he's going to depend on these two. You're not getting any action from the wingbacks. So your fullbacks are not playing any part in this tactic. I assume there's a reason why you've done it that way. So the way I'm looking at it, I mean, if this is your setup and you don't have the players to play, then I would say, yeah, keep it. I wouldn't change too much if you have these players. See what I mean? Bang. So you definitely... Oh, I'm not supposed to make changes. Sorry. I want to make one change. That's it. You only have to make one or two changes. Here again, your substitution strategy is entirely dependent on... this is a very interesting substitution strategy. Your game is controlled by the two in the center, that's for sure, right? These two, they control your match. Your AP is important, but let's see halftime. I want to see what the numbers are at halftime. You can see it at halftime. Analytical data, players, passes, Atletico Madrid. So your... Who was playing in the center? Sheesh. Okay. Damn it. Who was playing in the center? I can't remember. Average positions with ball. You got number 5. He was one of the players, but he wasn't there. You got Koke. The natural shape is 3 here, and you got these 2 players holding their position high up the pitch. Look at the shape of your tactic. You got 3. This is how it builds up play. 3 here. You got 5-man midfield. And then when you're defending, it's a 4-2. Yeah, okay. That's why you got so much pressure in front. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, I'm looking at these 2 playing a big part in attack. But you notice, right? These are our 2 defenders, right? These are our 2 midfielders, and this is your playmaker shifting the attack this way, right? So you got these 4 here and here 2, and so you got this 3-3 setup when you're attacking. So your fullbacks always are going to pass inside all the time, and they're holding their position, right? So this is how you look when you're attacking with the ball, rather. Okay, right. So this player, Rodrigo de Paul, is the one I want to check. Play passes, Rodrigo de Paul, 45 passes. Yeah, that's not bad. This Rodrigo de Paul has created three shots at goal. His passes have led to 3 different chances. Right, so there we go. I mean, that's not a major chance, right? So I want to see how much of a part he plays in this. So here we go. This is your playmaker. And that's another one. So the chances that he's created right now so far have been essentially every pass he makes is to someone to take a crack at goal. And then we've got these two. Korea, these are our two shadow strikers. Right? So when they created chances, that's not much. Okay. See, this is, remember I said about congestion in the middle? This is one chance he created and he created a goal, right? That's because the striker made a mistake. Griezmann is the other shadow striker. So like, I'm just looking to see, because this is important, because you need to know what kind of chances your boys are creating, right? Like these are all shots at goal, no? When you see key like that, it's all shots at goal. So these are all chances, passes that they made that led to a shot at goal. So Korea now plays it to Griezmann. This is a good pass that led to a goal. So at least one of these passes led to a goal. So this is the reason why in your tactic, the creative input is going to come from your two shadow strikers. They are very important, right? And of course your target man, because your target man is another one that's going to create those kind of goal scoring chances for players, right? So come on, let's go. Be a friend. Thank you very much. Morata, target man, holds up. That was not an easy chance. Then he created one goal scoring. This apparently the game classes this as a high XG chance. Actually, it's not. This is supposed to be a high XG. No, it's not high XG. It's just there's a play in front of him. So sometimes in this game you got to be very careful with all the stats. I'm telling you, the stats are not entirely accurate. Yep, they are not. Because this will generate what is known as this game classifies this as high chances, right? Which is the reason why sometimes you can't be too excited. Okay, you can't get too excited. You see this again. His pass led to a very good goal scoring opportunity. So you're looking for Koke's pass now. Koke's pass. How in the world is this pass a very good goal scoring opportunity? I'm confused. That's one of the reasons why I am not a big fan. I still think that, while stats are great, some of them are not entirely accurate. Okay, there we go. This pass from him reaches Rodrigo. Okay, apparently in the game, this is a very good goal scoring opportunity. Really. So the game apparently only took his spatial positioning. Didn't account for the fact that he had 3 players in front of his face. This is the reason why I tell people that while statistics are good in the game of Football Manager, they're not the be-all and the end-all because they're not entirely accurate. Yeah, this cannot be classed as a very good goal-scoring opportunity. So while I get excited with seeing CCCs in games, yeah, I always see CCCs in games. You see, like my Monty Python tactics creates like 5 CCCs in the game. I actually go to every single CC to check and see whether it is truly a good chance. This is not a good chance because he takes a shot that's blocked. So how is this? His shot was blocked. So how is that? So he classifies this as leading to a clear-cut chance created. So apparently he created one clear-cut chance. So we know that this is a clear-cut chance, right? This 100% is accurate. So he plays this, Korea nicks the ball off him. This is what is a clear-cut chance because it's an easy tap in, right? So, okay, fine. So you got to look at all the data. The data tells me it's not a bad tactic, right? It's not bad. It's not a bad tactic. So far, so good. That CCC is not like super high XG. It's just good XG chances, right? So good goal scoring opportunities. So now what we're going to do is we're going to carry on. I think we're just going to toss them. Now I'm going to try something, right, with your tactic. Okay. We're going to make him... Okay, one thing about me and Volante is, right, I like roles to actually follow the Volante. Right, keep up with the Volante. So I'm going to ask him just to be a wing back. I know you told him to hold his position. You don't want him running too far forward. Okay. All right. We'll just see what happens. Okay. All right. We can actually influence him and tell him to dribble less in case you're worried and cross on deep. Okay. So tendency introduce. Don't go to the byline. All right. Let's keep it simple. Let's remove the focus play to the middle. Okay. I'm not going to use focus play, but instead I want to try this pass into space. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and launch more balls into space. And this time around, edit this guy's instructions to go for the target forward. Any crossing opportunities, I want him to play to the target forward. Both of them. That's it. Maybe it fails. We don't know. But, you never know till you try, right? Your tactic from what I can see, I would leave it. It's not bad, right? It's pretty decent. But I just want to try something, because in some matches you need to push this guy to give you width so that the playmaker has other options to play the ball to, right? At the moment now we are also very narrow, so I'm just going to go a bit wide so we get these wing backs into play. So, but if you have really poor wing backs, they can't dribble the ball or they can't get up the pitch and do something with the ball, then I would go narrow. But you can see the thing about width is this: when you go on higher widths, right, you kind of also trigger passes to your fullbacks and wingbacks more often. So that's something. That's not bad. Right? I mean, we got another goal scoring opportunity from a cross now. That was interesting. So we have had 2 crosses. Earlier we didn't get many crosses, right? What we got was a lot of like, let's try and go through the middle and try and use those 3. It was congested. Too much space in the center. So I've taken off the focus play to somehow or another get around the congestion. And my son is sending me cheeky little pictures of himself and his brother destroying something in the grandparents' place. Okay, I have to have a long chat with my sons. There we go. Pass into space. That is very nice. Okay, and this is something that I like to see. So what has happened here is we're using pass into space as well. Okay, pass into space is great because instead of playing it to feed, now we're playing it into the spaces in between players. So there's more options. We're giving players more options to do more options to their passes. And you have to remember, right, these 2 players are in a very nice position to play those line passes, like breaking the line kind of passes. So you don't need to depend. So these 2 guys can also create lots of goal scoring opportunities. They don't need to be scorers, but they can also create. So you get more than one route to goal, right? So that's the whole goal here. So yeah. All right, so I think we've added enough. Let's go to key highlights. And now the other thing that I will do with this tactic is let's substitution strategy. Okay, most important player, Rodrigo de Paul, we're gonna keep him. I wanna see how much your tactic collapses when that guy he's taken out of the picture. Now you don't really use these 2 roles a lot. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Korea. We're gonna change Lema and Griezmann and leave Morata up top. Okay, so those are the changes we're making. Because your tactic might be kind of interesting in the sense that you could always be putting pressure on the positions that are the most tired for the AI, which is the 2 central defenders. Right, so you're always going to have fresh legs in the center, in attack rather. Right, so because you have fresh legs in attack, I want to see, because I'm sacrificing the 2 wingbacks, or rather the 2 wingbacks on the flank. And then we've got the protection of these 2. Now we got these 2 fresh legs. So yeah, we're all over this team. I would change your set piece. I mean, your set pieces are fine, okay? Don't have to change them. I'm not recommending my own set pieces. Just remember corners. When you're defending a corner, always have mark tall and 1 player mark. Always have 1 mark tall. Apart from the 3 positions that you have to cover. That attacking playmaker, yeah, okay. Attacking playmaker is very good role, right? Now he's got a lot of space. No more focus play to the middle kind of nonsense. Now you're triggering his runs as well. So instead of looking at making a lot of passes in the center, he is now taking taking the bull by the horns. This is nice. Okay, so what we want to see is now we put another Joker here. Let's see who we have left. Who else can play here? Can we ask Cunha to be a playmaker? She comes no, cannot. He comes deep to get the ball. It's not going to be fun. João Felix, can you drop into MC position and play as a playmaker? Likes the round keeper. It's not fun either. Man, we don't have a guy in the center who can play as a playmaker. That's a pity. But it'll be fun. So you don't have to play focus play to the middle. See? Your tactic already has so many players in the center. So there's no real need to do that. Yeah. So we went from, wow, this is high, man. So Alvaro Morata had 5 goals. Dear Lord. 5 goals in one game. Erling Haaland, watch out. There's now a new tactic in town can create 5 goals in one game without trying too hard. And this tactic didn't try hard, no. It did not try very hard, okay? 5 goals from one player. He's insane. 1 penalty, okay. But 5 goals after the break, 54-79. So look at this. He doesn't, I mean, he's not even super tired at the end of the game, right? So yeah, I would say this is a good, look at the XG. 2.3 XG for a striker, for the lone man in front. So he gets into very good goal scoring positions. This tactic encourages him to get into good goal scoring positions. This is what I actually pay attention to. Like if I've got a striker and I want him to score lots of goals, I'm always looking to see what his XG is. Not whether if his XG is high and his goals are low, then I know this guy's an idiot. But he can get into good places, but he can't score. He gets into good places, but he's got damn good finishing. Right? I mean, if we knock out a penalty, which is about 0.8, right? Now assume the penalty is 0.8. Then you take out 2.3 minus 0.8 is 1.5, right? So 1.5 isn't that bad, man, for 4 goals. 1.5 divided by 4, that's about 30 something, 0.30 per shot. You can always look at this if you're not sure. There we go. Good goal scoring opportunity. One of these is a penalty. Okay. Good goal scoring opportunity. This is high. Look at this. 1 notch is 0.25. 0.25 is a good goal scoring opportunity. The very first goal is a tap in. Then this one is not a very good goal scoring opportunity. But look at this. Another good goal scoring opportunity. This is a penalty. This is another good goal scoring opportunity. This is another good goal scoring opportunity. This is another good goal scoring opportunity. So after the changes, yeah, we only had this is a lot of possession for the tactic. But it's not bad. I think this is a pretty decent tactic, man. Yeah, 5 dots. The only change I would make is I would remove this, turn this guy into a wing back so you got full width on your tactic, and then I'll just go a bit more like this. That's it. And then your substitution strategy is simply going to be 1, 2. In fact, your substitution strategy is going to be one of the fun ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You make these 5 changes all the time, right? I mean, you don't really need these guys to be super fit, right? As long as they are smart enough to read the positioning. You want to defend a lead, you go back to fullback. Okay. By hell, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are going to tear a lot of teams apart just by scoring a lot of fun goals. Yeah, because these guys are always going to pressure the opposition defenders all day long. Yeah, good tactic. Very nice tactic. I think one of the best I've seen for a while, man. Very eager to see how your tactic does in the tactics tester. Yeah, you should try it out in the tactics tester as well. All right. Squad, we have plenty of games to play, so let's ask them all to rest for a while. Ting ting. All right, we got one more tactic from Manuel. We'll download this. Okay. And then what we'll do is I'll share the link with all of you so you can submit your tactics too. Copy the link, put it into the chat. Where's the chat? The chat has disappeared. I can't see you guys anymore. You're still in the house. Okay. And then I'm gonna answer some of the questions right on the chat. Ryan, I'm at my wit's end. I'm 5 years into my Manchester United save and I still haven't won the league. Okay. Made a 4-3-3 which focuses on overloads. But I would say don't focus on overloads, man. Got focus play, that does enough for you to focus on overloads. Don't spend too much time thinking about worrying about overloads. If your tactic is here, just pop it in. Because the 4-3-3 should get you a lot of goals. But the problem with the 4-3-3 is it's also not one of those super high XG tactics. Right? Because when you play a 4-3-3, you got to dominate teams, you got to move them around, but you also need to know how to lock down lock down a game. You need to know when to throttle up. Sometimes you got to have more attacking duties, attacking a team. Sometimes you need to dial things down. So there's a bit of management with a 4-3-3. Whereas some other tactics are simpler to play. All you do is substitution strategy. The most important thing about this 4-3-3 is that, okay, if you're doing overloads, just do one side overload. Don't do like crazy amount of overloads. Just one flank is enough, right? And then you get somebody scoring from the other end. He got sacked after an unbeaten season with AC Milan. 18 wins, 20 draws, ended up 4th. Wow, that's painful. That is painful. Okay, next tactic. We're gonna load. No. Sports Interactive, Football Manager. Let's go tactics. BYT. Hunter, your tactic. Alpha. Strike. Don't put an attacking playmaker support duty in a strikerless tactic. Don't put it here. Don't put it here. Got Mazzala attacking. No, I definitely I wouldn't use this. Yeah. The thing is, you don't do that. Don't put an APS there. I wouldn't recommend it. Strikerless tactics, you want your front three to be attacking the lines because they will attack the lines. They are in that position right now to attack the lines. Why are you putting a support duty here and then attack duty here? And then this guy is just coming in to hold this position. So you're going to have issues in your build-up play and creating good goal-scoring opportunities. Right. Yeah. So let's look, right? Definitely not use an AP because you're going to have idea here in all tactics is to create like 5-channel attacks. Okay, that's what you want. Every tactic can have a 5-channel attacking pattern. All tactics can do it, right? The question is, how do you get it done? So here you got a 5-channel attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5. These are the 5 players that got to attack the space. But with your wing backs, you can have options as well. So here you got, but from very deep positions. See, this guy is creating chances. So what is he going to do? This APS, what is he doing over here? Right, so he's going to hang out here and he's not going to be a goal scoring option. You want him to be attacking this line. Right, instead he's hanging about, having coffee and toast over here. Says, you know what, I'm going to hang around here. Not helping a system at all. So this role, AP, nah, don't play an AP here. Oh, it's training FM theory. Is the share still working? It's still working, man. But training is pretty much a no-brainer right now for Football Manager, right? It's a no-brainer. You will improve. You can use most training schedules. Mine is a bit of a crazy schedule, but you can always dial it down. There are multiple sessions in there, right? So if we need players to have more rest, just remove the doubles. Those sessions that have more than one. I just keep on using my own schedules. Fine, it works, man. As long as when there are two matches a week, all I do is play match preparation activities. Seems to be fine. As long as players are playing games, they should be fine. Okay, again here, right? I'm not seeing much. See the AP? And this is Valladolid, no? We should be all over them. This is unacceptable, man, in my book. Valladolid, you can't beat Valladolid. Atletico Madrid should roll over and give up any chance of trying to finish in a respectable position. See, 5-channel attack. It's not really happening because he's not really pushing into this line. So we want to expose all these lines here, but we're not, right? So you're not attacking any of these lines, right? So all your players are in very ineffective positions, no? Like you want this guy attacking and this guy coming through here. This is what we call a double because this guy can do a double on this space, no? So you get 2 players attacking this entire channel. So these two players start praying to God for a miracle to help them defend. So far we're lucky because we have a decent defensive team. Register ball winning midfielder Mazzala. Okay, we're gonna make some changes to this tactic. First thing we could do, remove this role. Round outer. Okay, all right. I'll tell you what, we'll just put in an inside forward. He'll attack this side. 1 round outer. I mean, this fascination people have with a round outer. Everybody seems to want to get a round outer to work. Okay, all right. I think this guy is better off as an AP on attack. Okay, let's use an AP on attack. And then we'll get him to roam from position. dribble more, take more risks, move into channels, roam from position. Why am I choosing this? I want him to take more risks with his movement. Okay, so occasionally he might try and break the offside trap. Dribble more, carry the ball. Right? You're carrying the ball into dangerous areas already. Roll from position, I want him to drift around a bit more. So they tend to drift around. So he might end up here, he might end up here. Move into channels, move into the spaces between the players. You know what? I was making all that noise about the space between the two defenders. Nobody was occupying it. We need somebody to move into those channels. So we're asking him to move into the channels. All right, now we've got Ramdaughter here, we got inside forward here. Now these guys are going to be, they're pretty okay. I mean, I'm not going to change, I'm not going to add any PIs to this. Mazzala attacking this way. Yeah, Mazzala can attack this way. But the problem here is this Regista is like, he's not really doing very much from the back. So I'll ask him to be a roaming playmaker. So he might come up the pitch a bit more, right? Here we've got a Mazzala going this way. Mazzala is going to attack here. What we'll do with this role is we ask him to be an inverted wingback on support. So he pushes through into this area. So we create a real flood into this area. Now what I'm going to do is add a focus play. What it's going to do is force players to come to this side of the focus. That means more players come to the right side. When they come to the right side, now then in that case, this guy becomes a winger on attack. This guy is getting confused now. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, can you play in this role? No, you can't. You can play in this role. What are you? What in the world is this guy supposed to be? Oh man, this guy is a pathetic poacher. Okay, all right. So now we got inverted wingback coming here. This guy attacking this space here. Right, we got winger stretching play. We've got a Ramdaughter coming this way. So we'll tell this player edit his instruction and no, we can't. We'll just leave it. I thought I could ball play. This guy. Okay, break a tier, dribble a bit more. I mean, you don't have to do that. Huh? This is a pretty risky option I'm doing. Or we can have a halfback coming in here, splitting, creating a bit more space. Then these guys can carry the ball. But let's not make it too overcomplicated. Narrow. We want width in this tactic. As much width as possible because you got so many players in the middle. Right, so you want a width, and definitely no low crosses. Why is everything a low cross? Low cross just cutbacks. You want to score a goal the hard way, go down the flanks and try and do a Brazilian samba on the touchline and then score goals. Don't go for mix. You at least give your players the option of the kind of goals to score, right? So dribble less is remove this. Hold shape, counter press. Okay, I think you want a possession base. If counter press, hold shape is possession base. Why distribute quickly? It's like at odds, no. Okay, counter pressing, you're holding shape when you get the ball, but you don't distribute quickly. What's that for? Take it off. There's no point. I don't see the need for distribute quickly. Right? Counter press, hold shape is more possession centric instructions, right? This is like trying to do a Pep Guardiola, move a team around, try and create goal scoring opportunities. If you want to distribute quickly, you definitely want to use counter. Because then you're telling a goalkeeper when he has the ball, release the ball quickly because I want to hit that team as quickly as I can. Counter makes more sense in that case, right? So if you do distribute quickly with hold shape, makes absolutely no sense. So do that. Okay, now we've got step up more. You want to squeeze the space between the lines. Okay, fine. Yeah, I do that a lot myself. Player defense can help. Okay, throw it long, distribute. Okay, fine. All right, now we've got this guy attacking this line. This guy giving us width. This inverted wingback coming. I mean, honestly, right? If I wanted to make this a bit more attacking, I would know. Inverted wingback on attack. Going through the middle as well. Mazzala going this way. So I charge through the center. Let's try that. Go halfback on defense. Now I'm charging to the center with the inverted wingback. Who knows, man? This could be a crazy ass tactic. This is a mental tactic now. Double, triple attack duties on this side. Oh my god. Okay, let's try. This is crazy. We don't want you to dribble more now. Okay, let's just stay here. Oh my god. We're going to try something insane. I know Griezmann is AI. I think AI went for the other players. Stupid AI. Tired. I mean, we've dropped all these players now. Koke, Cunha can play Kondomba, Saw, Gimenez, Witsel. Why is he a defender suddenly? Never mind, acceleration 9. Jesus Christ. This AI is... Oh, I think the AI chose because the players are not 100%. Okay. All right. Okay. No, absolutely unacceptable. Let's go for it. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is the We've just made a couple of changes. Jimenez going long to Kondogbia. We lost the ball there, but we won the ball quickly. Okay, all right. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, I mean, that was an extreme attempt, right? So I already see one problem with the tactic. You see this space here, right? When the diagonal was being played, right? The players were very far away. So I'm going to drop this to fairly wide. I'm going to work ball into box. Yeah, less crosses. That's it helps with possession and there's less crosses. Strikerless tactics, nah, let's not go for work ball into box. Your tactics are already very flat. Work ball into box and strikerless don't go hand in hand together, in my honest opinion, because your tactic is a flat tactic, right? So those balls over the top are not your friend. And hold position, all these are work ball into box. If your team is not good enough, one ball over the top, good luck to you. Huh? So, all right, now we add pass into space. Okay, so we're going for this. Now I'm going to try this. This is a bit... run a defense, because you got all these guys attacking, no, right? Winger on attack, you want him to run. AM on attack, you want him to run. Ramdaughter on attack, you want him to run. Mez on attack, you want him to run. All these guys, we want to get them to run at the defenders now. Yeah, especially when we got this Mickey Mouse defense that doesn't want to come out and play with us. Yeah, let's try this. I mean, okay, the inverted wingback on attack is a bit extreme. You can see right now there's a lot of attacks coming down our right flank, right? Okay, so obviously this was not a very wise thing to do. Okay, we go back to wing back on support. All right, that was not a wise thing to do. So we know that this is a problem. Okay, we consider a goal from a corner. Please, let's look at your corner routines before I... This is a terrible defend corner routine. This is probably the worst corner routine I've seen in my life. The most important positions to defend are not covered. You put the you ask the worst players to defend the most important positions. This guy should be here. This guy should be here. This guy should be here, right? Or at least here. So these are the two right now in any corner routine, right? The most important positions are going to be 1. Okay, let's look for another player. 2. These are your 3 most important. These are the 3. These you cover. You put the best players here. Whatever it is, you put your best players into these positions, right? And cover these areas. These are the 3 that you want to cover. Then the second thing you want to do is you want to have 1 mark tall, 1 player mark. That's it. Covered that. Then you don't need this guy anymore. You just stick him in here. Ask him to do whatever you want to do. This is a defense corner routine. Or else you can just go, okay, fine, you know, I'm not so adventurous and I'll put 1 guy here. Okay, fine, as long as you cover these 3. These are the 3 most important areas you want to cover. Right. What you have done is suicidal football, because the cross comes in here. You want your best player here heading it away, leaping and getting to the header. That's where he goes. Then if he comes here, you want this guy here, far post. And then, okay, either you put 1 double up on the far post. Some people double up on the far post, right? So some people do this, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the goalkeeper is good handling. Then you leave this place empty. But most of the time you see people going, hey, you know what, I need a goalkeeper here because my goalkeeper is not very good in the air. So then you cover this area. But the most important area is this guy has to be the first guy to try and win the header. Yeah, that's another different routine that you can have. But what you did, no. 100% you can see goals from corners. Look, my Napoli save, I've only conceded 1 goal this entire season from a corner. 1 goal, right? So you want to aim for something good, decent, man. Yeah. Okay, now we're getting a lot more pressure on the opposition. We're running at the defense, creating all kinds of trouble for them. See what I mean? So this is much better. Instead of using the inverted wingback, we got wingbacks that take on a Mazzala driving here. We got a halfback. Okay, fine. Halfback, yeah. Halfback is okay, I guess. Roaming playmaker would probably be better. We need somebody playing those kind of passes at defenders. We need 1 player playing those passes. I think we're going to check this halfback, play a roaming playmaker instead. This guy can be a Mazzala. This guy can be... Either you play a halfback and a playmaker here, or you play... You got to put somebody here who can make those kind of passes. I'm going to counter press. strikerless tactics are not possession based. I mean, like strikerless tactics always have possession. So why you want to, I mean, strikerless tactics, please don't put hold shape. Yeah, either. If you want to play a strikerless tactic, don't play with hold shape. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Play with counter press. Or at most, don't, if you want anything, and you can get very good possession from strikerless tactics. Like 60%, 70% is not unheard of. Yeah. So we got a lot of width in our tactic. Now we're stretching the team, using some decent players to get into the area. See, Ramdauter, there's a lot of focus on our left-right side, but the Ramdauter isn't getting into goal-scoring positions. And Ramdauter is not very good for strikerless tactics. I'd rather use an inside forward. Ramdauters are better for mid-block tactics. But in a strikerless tactic, I would change this role to inside forward on attack instead of playing a Ramdauter, right? Because you need space for Ramdauters. Right? They're space investigators. Lima gets the ball, and you need players with a lot of pace in strikerless tactic. I'm not a big fan of the 4-1-3-3 combination with strikerless though. Yeah, I prefer the narrow strikerless tactic. That's very, very potent. Okay, I mean, you could also do a nice little variation of this by doing this, right? So you got a shadow striker here. No, in fact, it's here. Shadow striker. Then you take this guy, put him here. All right. Play a winger on attack this side. Now you got a shadow striker attacking this way. You got a wing back. I mean, you got Mazala attacking this way. Matala, shadow striker might attack the space as well. But let's hope we get a goal, man. 86 minutes. Sucks to be us. We're not getting a goal here. Oh, man. The defenders aren't doing a very good job of defending right now. The ball is going over their tops. But our two defenders not very strong in the air, right? One has got jumping reach of 13 and the other one is... I think the other one is about 11. Your indirect wide free kicks don't need two players. There are two in your indirect wide free kick setup. You only need one. Yeah, two players are not going to save the day. Okay, so you got one indirect free kick here. There is the wide one. Defend. One of them has got two defend. Two on the wall. Which one is it? There you got two in the wall. You don't need two. Don't need two in the wall. You only need one. I don't understand why people put two in the wall. And this is like, wow, okay, all right, I mean, fair enough, but you definitely need somebody marking a tall player, right? All these are standing zonally, they're all waiting. No? Like, okay, the ball is coming, I'm standing here, I'm going to wait here for the ball to come. There isn't a single player in this whole setup who's going around marking a tall player. You need someone marking a tall player. Right, nobody's marking, they're all waiting. No? There you see, so players are free to hit all day long. So you need someone going to mark a tall player, because one of the options in corner routines is to, in fact, two of the options, right? If you think about it, one is to a position and one is to the best hitter, right? So I would recommend it strongly. Mark tall is almost, you need to have it in your set pieces. You need someone marking a tall player. It doesn't mean that you have to have a very good player who's good at jumping reach, marking a tall player. You can put a fullback as long as you put a blocker, because these guys are just merely blockers. Ideally, I will use players who have some marking, like fullbacks. Yeah. So yeah, this is not gonna work, man. This tactic. I don't think you can use this tactic. In fact, I honestly think this tactic is front to back has to be redone. This as it is not a strikerless tactic. This is more, you're trying to create a possession-based tactic, which is strikerless, which, I mean, nah, it won't work. So I think what you need to do is Go back to the drawing board. All these instructions, there are too many. Okay. All right. This won't work. Okay. And then I would, if you want to play white like that, I'll go inside for an attack. Inside for an attack. Shadow Striker like this. You don't need a Mazala on attack in a strikerless tactic. Central mid on attack is fine. Box to box. Your Register needs ball winners. Right. So if you're going to play a Register, deep line playmaker is better. He holds his position. Then you got box to box going this way. Here you got wing back coming up this way. This guy's gonna run, so you're gonna have to have players that carry the ball up the pitch for you, right? In a strikerless tactic. So this can work, right? CM on attack, DLP, but it's a very congested strikerless tactic. Then here you want to use the flanks to bring the ball up, right? Then dribble less, uncheck it, counter press. Yeah, you can leave it like that, but your tactic basically is going to be like that, right? So then you need these guys to be defensively marking tight, this guy to be marking tight, right? These guys can hold their positions as much as they can. You want to ask him to roam from position, at least the Shadow Striker. Here the inside forwards are fine. You don't have to do anything to them, right? This is one setup that you can use, right? So this is the way I would set it up. I probably would play it on more aggressive setups. Pass into space against teams that are playing like a 4-4-2 diamond. Yeah, I would play pass into space. CM is going to attack this way. DLP is holding his position while he comes up to attack this way. You got wing backs bringing the ball up, right? Going inside and then going out again. Yeah, this is basically the way I would set it up. Yeah, I wouldn't set it up the way you do it. Definitely, I would never use a round outer in a strikerless tactic, and I probably wouldn't look at the setup that way. Yeah, it's not really healthy. Yeah. So yeah, strikerless tactics are very specific. Okay, so yeah, strikerless tactics, there's like a set methodology of creating them. Okay, now we want to load another tactic. I think we've got one downloaded just now. No? Did we? I don't think we did. Okay, so oops, sorry, wrong browser. So we got download Manuel's tactic. Okay, where is it? How come it doesn't show up? Oh, yeah, there it is. Manuel patch. Okay. Download. There we go. Copy. The other window. Patch tactics. No, not here. There you go. Load. There we go. Bang. Okay, interesting. I don't know if we've registered anybody for the Champions League. Have we registered players for the Champions League? This squad. Is this our first Champions League game? No, we have. Okay, all right. Must have, played so many games already. Okay, all right. All right, let's see what your tactic is all about. Bang, 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 bang. Next tactic we have is this 4-2-3-1 patch test. Okay, all right. In 5-4. Okay, interesting. You got him a trequartista, roaming playmaker. This guy comes up. Okay, when this guy comes up, ideally, you think that he's gonna do something, right? It drops. Who's he gonna give? Why is he dropping here? So he's gonna drop deep to help you in transition. So what happens when he drops deep? That's a question you have to answer yourself. Like when I have roles like this, I'm always asking myself, so if he drops deep, who's going to benefit from him dropping deep? I'm thinking, where does that benefit? You think, what, the playmaker? So he's dropping all the deep, way deep just to give the ball to the playmaker? Seems like a bit of an overkill, right? Why doesn't the wingback go around him then? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Then Shadow Striker, this is not bad because they're attacking the center. And then wingback going around, okay. All right, with an underlap left even. So this fullback, right? So he was holding up he is holding up the ball looking for players making inside runs. I mean, like, okay, so basically, I mean, one shadow striker, there's not a lot of inside runs happening in this tactic. Yeah. Yeah, underlap may be a bit of an overkill. Yeah, you don't need an underlap in this tactic, so you can afford to remove this underlap. Okay, let's go in. See if we got any PIs. Okay, halfback is gonna come in here. Shoot less often. I don't know why people use this. I'm gonna remove it straight away. I dislike adding shoot less often to center mids. Yeah, I don't see the necessity. The whole logic that shoot less often improves possession is the biggest piece of crock I've heard in the last couple of years. Okay. Alright. I don't know where that comes from. Shoot less often. It just became a trend lately. You know, people are using that as an explanation. I'm like going, really? I mean, shoot less often just tells it's just a tendency to reduce shots. But if he gets into the area, you want him not to take a shot. Because kind of like a bit strange, right? I mean, I get it if you do it to shadow strikers, you do it to AMs, because they're in the final third, right? So maybe you want them to be passing the ball a lot more, moving the team around. That I get, but not to center mids. Yeah. That I disagree. Yeah. Not bad. They do very nice positions. The right side is very nice. Yeah. That's very strange. Okay. Something I saw just now doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, the left back. The left back did not transition well. He ran and then he stopped and he ran back again. So that wasn't nice. I wonder whether that had to do with the trequartista. Like, there's like this moment where the wing back was waiting to do something. And then he went back instead. So he was caught in basically in the wrong position. Inside forward is nice, in this tactic. Wing back inside forward combination is beautiful. I like that combination because the wing back inside forward, there's a natural overlap that happens when you play with a wing back inside forward combination. It's a very good combination. It gives you a very, very nice natural overlap. And then wing backs have got get further forward, right? Look at what the wing back on the right just did. Very naturally gets into the area. Right, so that's very, very nice. The question is right now, how much does that trequartista add to the tactic? Because the trequartista is actually, the underlap is actually holding this guy back. That's the problem right now. He's holding, because when the underlap, the guy will do a split second, you hold up the ball looking for inside run, but is that what this tactic needs? Yeah, everything that's happening that's good in the tactic is everything is coming from the right side. Nothing is coming from the left side. All right. So your tactic is basic. The system right now is kind of one-dimensional. Right. All the attack patterns are from the right side. I haven't seen one from the left, no? I've seen a defensive transition featuring the left, but I have not seen a defensive transition featuring the right yet. So usually I pay attention to all that as well. Like if I see a defensive transitioning featuring the right, I will, okay, there's something I need to change. The defensive transition that became a problem is on the left. We consider a goal from the left again. So this is something that is I pay attention to. It will tell me that something is wrong with this tactic, right? And it's definitely the left side. Once again, we can't make any changes until the 45th minute. Right. So again, this wing back is making these moves, but he's checking his runs all the time. Then now you see what's happened. The trequartista has got to go back because of the underlap. I think this tactic is better off, right? Keeping it simple. Inside forward on the left, inside forward on the right. That's it. Keep it simple. Those wing backs will give you that natural overlap, right? When you're attacking. And then they drive inside when they're attacking. And you've got two players in the box waiting for chances to come. So if you play with wingers, what you're going to see then is going to be a lot more crosses, right? But I don't think this tactic needs a lot of crosses. What it needs is a lot of runs through the overpowering runs where you overload defenses a lot more. So right now, all the attack patterns, every single attack pattern is on the left so far. So there's a lot of penetration going on down your left. So again, no. All right. Okay, we're going to go on, we see enough. Let's go key highlights. Okay, let's go key highlights now. How can we do to improve this? Don't concede a goal. Don't make it harder for us. We don't go main hotel or Champions League too early. Ronaldo, Griezmann, come on guys. We can come back. Score a goal. Score a goal, please. Even if it's a corner, we shall accept it. Yeah, baby. They got back. They got one, making our job easier in the second half. He made our job. This is a transition, man. From a corner, we actually got scored a goal. This is nice. Okay, at least we got one from open play transition. Or rather, a corner transition, right? Field corner. Whew. Thank God. Oh, you even got a swap going on. Oh my goodness. Ouch. I would stop that. Yeah. Because down the other side is going to get weak. So we now got problems on this side of the pitch. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're going to change this tactic slightly, right? So first things first, let's go to player. Let's come in here. Let's remove the swap. Okay, and then we're going to remove the swap. Okay, that's the first thing we do. Second thing is we don't need the stay wider instruction. We're going to change this role to inside forward and attack. Leave it the way it is. I mean, we can even play inside forward and support if you want. You want to play safe inside forward and support as well. They got two wing backs on attack, driving. Okay, then we've got one ball playing defender on cover. Yeah, let's try that. Let's do the swoosh defense for once. Hey, it's a long time since I've done a swoosh defense, okay? So, man, give me a chance to try. Okay, dribble less. Okay, I can get it. Forward, underlap left, no, remove that. Okay, fine. Poacher, shadow striker can work. This guy does need to mark. We get him to mark tight. Yeah, okay. We get these guys to mark tight. Get this guy to mark tight. Okay. All right. That's a natural overlap. Okay. These two guys are going to do a natural overlap. Flutter passing. Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough. Okay. We can do that. Yeah, we can leave everything as it is. Yeah. Okay. We want to see whether this is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. All right. Daljit, Joey says it's a disaster waiting to happen. That's my alternate personality. Okay, I think we can still win this. Okay. Atterberg, how are you, sir? Hello, more. We consider a goal from a corner. Okay, time to look at your corner routines, man. We want to win this game. Okay, we don't want to lose this game. I want to make sure that we actually have a chance, man. Wait the hell? Okay, mark ball. Let's go play a mark. Left. This one. Mark ball. I don't care who. I don't know who's gonna play a mark, but we need somebody to play a marking. You don't need to go forward. You just come back here. You don't need it. So we're not going to score more goals just because we got two forward. Okay. All right. Attack. What have we got? You got one routine, two routines. Okay. I guess this can work. Let's just put you here. Okay. Put you here. Okay. Put you here. Stay back for needed is kind of a waste. Let's pull one player out of position. So they have to come out and take this, cover that position. Routine 2. This is not necessary. We put you here. Put you here. We put you here. Okay. All right. Routine 2. That's routine 2. Routine 1 also has it, right? Okay. Put you here. Put you here. Put you here. Okay. Then we got routine 2. I done that already, right? Okay, left and right, both of them fixed already, right? Okay, all right, let's go. All right. We need to get a goal, man. Okay. Nice. Oh, good pressure, good pressure. Okay, this pass into space could be good, but now we also need fresh legs, man. Molina can't come off. We got no better player than that. Kondombia will come on for this player. Okay will come off for Saul. Joao Felix will come on for Griezmann. Molina, Savage, I got no choice. We need a fresh pair of legs. Okay. Rodrigo de Paul. Oh, not good enough. Oh God. Yeah, but this tactic, what in the Trequartista didn't help, right? So the goals we conceded because through the transitions were on that side of the pitch. So that's something to bear in mind. So you need to address that. I don't think you should be using that setup that you're using right now, especially stay wider. So the Trequartista doesn't really do much for you on that flank, right? When he gets out there, he loses he's holding up the ball with the underlap, right? He's holding that ball up with the underlap and it's giving you issues. Now we're pushing to get a goal and causing us trouble as well. We're gonna struggle right now. Dinamo beating Atletico Madrid in this game. That's bad. We're getting into good positions. The attacking transitions are a lot better now. Well, our attacking transitions just now weren't so good. We've improved the attacking transitions slightly. But the weakness, we definitely have removed it, right? So we don't have that flank weakness anymore that we had earlier. Well, now just see whether... I don't think we're going to get 2 goals in the next couple of minutes. We didn't make enough. We didn't give ourselves that much of a chance. Joao Felix... these guys are missing a lot of chances. Yeah, not a single shot on target. What's the best system to get best out of targets? I think any system, 4-4-2 can get the best out of target forward. 4-4-2s are pretty good. Yeah. I think 4-3-3 can use a target forward really well as well, because then it'll bring into this system can also use a target forward. But this one can use a target forward on attack like this. Can drop and then the shadow striker. Then you can use a target forward in this system. You can use a pressing forward. Target forward is interesting because he does channel runs as well. Oh, excuse me. He misses. He's looking for me. Usually it's a sign of something that I need to address. I am hand-packed, guys. I have to. Okay, good. That's good news. It's nothing major. All right. Now here we consider a lot of goals. Right? You can use an inside forward and support. You can play a wing back on support on this side, right? So I would do that. Alternatively, using a winger is not a bad idea. Okay, so I think we used the wing back on attack, left us a bit open. I wouldn't play with the cover defend option. I'll just leave it like this. Now here, you can use a target forward and a shadow striker. I think it's a much better combination. But your biggest problem was actually set pieces as well. Set pieces, these are poor. I mean, I've done so many videos on set pieces. I think your basic set piece routine has to cover these 3 positions, not these 3 positions. Alright, this is not good enough. Yeah, so this is a bad one. You got to put your best jumper here. So set pieces need some addressing, but here in this tactic, I think something like this is a bit better. Only problem with this kind of a tactic is this guy's gonna go right. He's gonna drop. He's gonna do a diagonal, but he's not gonna attack the space. So inside forward attack. Okay, now there's a bit of a build-up play here. He comes into this space. There's a diagonal. He attacks the space. You got 3 players attacking the space. So you get a much better attacking pattern out of this. Underlap, please remove this. You don't need an underlap with this tactic. Right? So I would probably play like this. You don't even need player or defense. Because player or defense, these two guys come really deep, so that you saw those I gotta get it out to the wing back quickly, right? So you don't need player or defense in this tactic. In fact, if push comes to shove and looking for a goal, right? This is an option that you want to consider in your games. Distribute the flanks. The other thing you can do with this tactic is, because shorter passing is okay, fine. Another thing that you can use is pass into space in a lot of your games. because you can start a game with pass into space. Let's say using a target forward. You can even use a poacher is not a bad move, but poachers, they tend to pass the ball back. So whereas if you have a more dynamic role that runs around, it can be much better. So I would go with my favorite roles right now in this position are probably advance forward, pressing forward. I will use a poacher as well. But when I use a poacher, he's actually very, very good at movement and keeping the ball. Right. So I don't know what kind of play you have here. But this way you can create a bit of a overload on one side of the pitch. So we just keep this guy as a wing back. You can even play him as a fullback if you wanted. If you're a bit more concerned, then there's a build-up play. Here, then, when you do this ball playing defender becomes very important, brings the ball out. So you got a lot more, you get a pretty solid defensive tactic as well. Some matches, you don't need to do this anymore. Protect the lead, right? Counter press. When you use a tactical setup like that with wing, even with the wing back, you can do this. Target forward. If you don't use the target forward, you can cross ball into. I wouldn't play cross ball into center with this kind of tactic. So you can cross it target forward with these two players as well. Now the other thing you can also add to this tactic is the focus play. So whenever you build up play, these two guys shift to the right to support your focus play. But I would definitely favor the right side instead of the left side. So whenever I want to build play up, there's more players moving to the right side of the focus to support play. Right, so you've got this, make sure that this guy defender is the best defender that you have. Yeah. So that would be the way I would set up the tactic. All right. Now let's take a look at it. Now that the tactics that you guys have sent in. Now let's check out first whether we covered these tactics. Okay. File requests, BTM, public. Okay, today we have a few tactics. We have all these tactics. FMF. Everybody got one tactic, right? Janos, Benfica ball, Leeds, Diagoras, Positive Libero, MU, bam. Okay, done. Download. All right. Okay, I'm probably won't play through a lot of tactics. I'll pick a few. We'll play through them. We'll talk about the tactics. Some of the others we'll talk the tactics. We'll talk. And sometimes now I won't play 45 minutes. I will the moment I see something that needs to be addressed, I'll change it straight away. Okay. All right. So now let's go in here. Downloads. We got this. I think I need to clear the page first. Delete this. Let me come back in here. Extract files to gaming data, sports interactive, football manager, tactics, PYT. One of these days, we should have a let's play together stream. Right. We should all play together. Maybe do a versus mode and then I sit down here and then we all play. Or all of us play against each other. I don't know, man. I don't know how we're going to do that. Definitely not draft. Draft is going to take too long. I'm not drafting, man. You bring your team, I bring my team. I bring one Mickey Mouse side, you bring one. Yeah, you bring. You guys don't bring an edited side. You guys bring an edited side, it won't be fun. No. I'll be like, oh my god. Hey, yellow got two tactics. Ini, mini, miny, more. Catch the tiger by the toe. Okay, yeah, this one is gone. Sorry, you can't send two. Our ini, mini, miny, more the tactics. Okay, everybody's one tactic. Let's be fair. Okay, I already deleted the tactic. One of the tactics. Don't download the positive pero and the Twitter. It's the same tactic. I'm sorry, I just messed up. Let me download two tactics. Go back and download your tactic again. Wow, man. But don't download this. Which one is yours, man? No. Damn it, now I gotta go through each one of these tactics. I think it's Libero Janos. This is the one. Something tells me, because Janos is here, Janos is there. Daljit has got some intelligence in his brain cells. I have some intelligence in my brain cell, okay? I don't use it all the time, but thank God it shows up when it's needed. Okay. Yay, it showed up. Yeah, okay, all right, fine. Let's go this. I know your tactics isn't showing up yet, but we'll go with Coyote's first tactic. I'm looking for a defensively solid tactic that also offers me solid attacking play. While this tactic is somewhat defensively solid, my players just suck, so I still get steamrolled by the teams. It doesn't do much going forward. The chances I get are mostly from set pieces, and he doesn't know how to change it. Bang. Okay. Boom, boom. Holy cow. Okay, I'll tell you straight away. Okay, we won't be playing this tactic because this is very straightforward for me. Okay, All right, their left attack, advance forward, AM. Okay, this is not bad. I'll probably, no, AM, I probably go, I really would recommend AP on support. The guy is going to drift around a bit more at roam. To these two roles, he'll drift around. You don't have an AP in this position. DLF on attack, he's going to hold up the ball. But who's going to hold up the ball for? That's the question you ask yourself. Right, holding up the ball for who? That's the ultimate question. Can you answer that question? Who's he going to give it to? But this wingback on attack, okay, makes some sense, right? Okay, so the wingback on attack comes in, he might give him the ball and then he can do a quick cross into the far post. See how that logic works? Right? It's easy. You look at this, right? You ask, who does he hold up the ball for? Ding, 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 ding. Oh, there he goes. So that makes sense, right? So cross in far post. Okay, done. So this guy holds up the ball. This guy holds the ball. This guy, okay, nice. Wingback, Volante, good friends. Because same duty. Think about Volante, see, they love a player to be on the same duty with him. They don't like it when the role, I notice, it's not a rule, it's not a way for you to play, you know. It's just something I noticed, okay? Don't quote me. Daljit said you must play Volante on attack, wingback on attack. No. I just noticed they tend to hold hands much more effectively like this. Okay, so I think this is a good option. BPD, white centre back on defense. Okay, nice. I absolutely love everything about this tactic. Okay, keep it away. I mean, you want to play AM as well, it's also possible, but you can play AM if you don't feel comfortable with the AP. But I will still do the same thing. Move into channels from position. Bang. Okay, and these two, so it drifts to support your play. AP is better because it might play those passes. Holds up the ball. Okay, this guy. Now you're playing cautious mentality with a mid block, so please, heavens to Murgatroids, break the offside trap as often as you can. That's what he will do. Yeah, he will always try to break the offside trap. So you got hit early crosses, not really necessary. Not very necessary, because your tactic when you're building up play, this is like this is good for the transition though. Okay, this can be okay. It's not very necessary in this tactic. What is more necessary is this. Okay, focus play left and right. Use this whenever they get the ball, they will this guy, they will shift to the right. This guy will shift to the right. So all shift to the right to build up play. Tomorrow my video coming out. Focus play, how to use it more effectively. Okay, very, very important. This tactic requires the focus play. Done. Okay, now we got the focus play. Now the thing about this cautious, right? Count a mid block, attacking the space. Who are you using? 1, 2. Only a few fellas attacking the space. You can definitely go to balanced mentality and be a bit more, proactive. The thing is, right, this tactic can be played on from cautious to attacking mentality. Yeah, it can. You can go from cautious to attacking. Just don't be scared of playing it. But positive mentality just means that the players are going to play a bit more shorter passes. You don't need to hit early crosses all the time. But what you can definitely do is pass into space, right? Because if you're playing a mid-block, pass into space is your very good friend, right? So this can be something that you trigger. Like, okay, maybe in the first 10 minutes you do this. When you bring on your substitutes, right? Substitutes 1, 2, 3, 4 every game, and I mean it. Every game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll be substituting the same 4 players until you're sick and tired of substituting the same 4 players. But this tactic just has to substitute these 4 players because these guys are controlling the whole game for you, right? You see these guys dropping dead, let them drop dead. Don't worry. You got the 4 guys in front of them protecting you. Okay? The next substitution is up to you, right? Sometimes I substitute 1 defender because I feel like saving their lives, or I substitute this guy. Right? I hardly ever substitute these 2. Right? So this is important. Now this wingback can also launch up in attack because you got 3 guys here. So why? Again, also in some matches you may want to go and attack a bit more. Then what do you do with this role then? What do you do? You can actually make him keep up with him. There's another role that will keep up with him. This guy, ball winning midfielder on support. Because the ball winning midfielder is going to try and win the ball high up the pitch. When he tries to win the ball high up the pitch, because this guy is holding position, right? The wing back is in a very good position to deliver that early cross that you like so much. Or it can happen naturally, right? So this is something that you can do in some of your matches. You can go wing back attack. And of course, you can continue to play that Volante, right? Or you can play a ball-winning midfielder. I personally prefer the ball-winning midfielder because you got 3 guys here protecting your backside. Now, there are some games where you might want to beat that team because you despise them, like I despise Palermo, right? And I want to smash Palermo with 6 or 7 goals. You can 100% do this with this tactic if you have the players for it. If you are up against a team that's very weak, right, or rather you are the favorites to win and you want to push for the win, this is something that you can do. Wide centre back attack, wide centre back, one wing back attack, all the way. Because this is going to push these guys up the pitch. You can even do an underlap if you want. If you know, then the widest players hold up the ball for the guys coming up the pitch. You will see these wide centre backs getting into these positions to drop crosses. Yeah, they were pushing you high up the pitch. I mean, you're only defending with one player, or maybe even two. Mostly you defend with one defender. So this is something that you can definitely do because it will flip into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking system, right? 5 guys attacking with these guys in the half space, giving you that width. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacking the lines. These guys protecting your width can be used if you want to go and push the ante, right? I have played this many times, right? This is a variation of my 5-2-1, the 5-2-1 I've been playing for a long time. The strikeless tactic that I've been using, the Monty Python, right? The Monty Python is this, right? This is my Monty Python system, right? So my Monty Python system is a shadow striker, AM on attack. And then I have a ball winning midfielder and some other role, I can't remember. Roaming playmaker, I think wing back. And then ball playing defender, wide centre back and ball playing defender, right? Same principle. There's nothing different. Then you can swap to a 5-2-1 if you want. Target forward, shadow striker. I mean, your permutations with this tactic, a lot. There are a lot. I mean, don't fall into the trap that you're only forced into playing one style. You can do a lot of things with this tactic, right? So you can push into 5 like this setup, right? This setup, and then these guys become this kind of flips into like a 3-4-3. Of course, if you're a bit worried, then you can do wide center backs. On defense with the focus play, right? They drift to the flanks. They become your half space players. No, as these guys bomb forward, right? They protect the half space. Definitely an option. So you can play this in a lot of ways. Don't worry. The biggest instructions you're going to use are these two. For this tactic, these two. Yeah. You're going to get a lot of bite out of this tactic, man. All right. And I'll be surprised if you're telling me, you still tell me you're struggling from defenders. Hey, you've been watching my shows, huh? Defend corner routine quite good, no? I like this very good defend corner routine. I like you've been watching my shows, huh? This attack corner routine also very good. I like this. Very, very nice. Far post also you got. Wow, looks very good. Impressive. Shot, very impressive. I like your corner routines. They're very, very good. Don't change them. You will hardly concede any goals from corners, but you score a lot from set pieces. I know. Hey, don't worry. Look, Coyote, I don't care if people using my set pieces. Right? Use it. I mean, it's great, right? I look, you want to take, don't have to say I stole lah. You know, the moment I put my content out there, anybody can use it, right? You know, rename the video and call it, this is my video. You know I use all the words from Daljit and I'm fine. Bloody hell. I'm like, I got better things in my life to worry about. Such a minor thing. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Okay, this is not bad. Okay, let's look at another tactic, right? Okay, like I said, we're going to pick a few tactics, and then, occasionally we'll jump into one, right? Okay. All right. I think that 5, because I played this tactic so many times. You see if you come to my streams, you're familiar with the 5-2-1-2 and all those kind of funky things that I do, right? Okay. All right. Benfica, Roger Ball. Wow. Oh. Interesting. Okay. What I like about this tactic, this is a very aggressive overlap. Okay, the wing back, inverted winger goes half space. This guy's gonna go up. They were together with this guy here. They're gonna create a lot of goals. Question is, do you need a poacher here? Because a poacher is gonna stay in this area, right? AP is gonna also create goal scoring opportunities. So what in the world is the poacher doing? Hogging the space. He stays in the area, that's fine. This role should actually be a shadow striker. Why is he marking a specific position? Oh no. Yeah, okay, I get what you're doing, right? You want him to go into this area. But I would change. Why is he holding up? Who is he? Okay. I don't get this hold up ball. Who is he holding up the ball for? See, whenever you put an instruction there, you gotta ask yourself, he's holding up the ball. Okay, good. Who for who? I don't see anybody is holding up the ball for. What? You're expecting him to hold up the ball long enough for the wing back to get there. Damn smart. That's the best place to lose the ball. No? You lose the ball there, it's a quick transition, you concede a goal. Holding up the ball there is only good for strikerless tactics, not for this kind of tactics, right? Okay. Reason why it's good for strikerless tactics is because the centrally placed target man is the holy grail of a strikerless tactic. Okay, so this hold up ball, I would not put it here because unless these guys are running off him or this guy is running off him, this is not something I would put here. Cross more often, move into the chance, close down more is fine. Even mark specific position is fine. But this guy should really be a shadow striker. You know why? AP, right? He drifts. So you got this combination working here to create stuff for you. But you don't have anybody attacking that space. Now got shadow striker, poacher. Now poacher holds the defenders. Okay, fine. He will pass the ball usually backwards because he doesn't have this I want to try and beat the defensive line, that kind of thing. I want to try and break the offside trap. It's not a poacher thing. No, he's more like, imagine Ian Rush staying at the edge of the area. That's a full 180 and then, takes the ball, turns his back to goal, takes the ball and shoots that as a poacher. Okay, waiting in the box kind of thing. So he's waiting in the box. Now you put a shadow striker attacking. The defenders have this to contend with this guy. He comes in unmarked. Now it makes sense. So this could work, and then this is another tactic screaming for this focus play. Now you got a focus play, they shift to the right, the space opens up. When they shift to the left, right, the space opens up on the right for these guys. That's something that you can add. Be more expressive, standard tempo. You can even play higher tempo. Low tempo suggests that you're the kind of team that can go around, moving a team left and right, tiki-taka your way to goals. Yeah, but you also top heavy. So a lot of the times your attacks could be direct, you don't want to waste any time with your tactics, right? So lower tempo, standard tempo is fine. These tactics are more suitable for standard to higher tempos, right? So you can work the ball. Of course you can play lower tempo if you want possession. Yeah, okay, this is okay. Counter press, counter is fine. Do not do this. This is kind of high. What's going to happen is these two guys, they're going to compete for the same ball because your halfback is on the defend duty. When it's on a defend duty, it's very close to the defensive line, leading to all of them going for the same ball. So you get sold by the cheap balls over the top like there's no tomorrow. Okay, every time ball comes over the top, my defenders stepping up for, oh my God, why are they stepping up and taking the ball? Yeah, you got to step up, right? Plus you got a very high defensive line, right? So guess what? You asked for it. So, okay, step up more, play high defensive line. Don't be a hero, okay? If you want to be a hero, go ahead, but don't complain. Okay, so this is a bit more safer. Okay, now you got something happening. Halfback here. Why don't we give this tactic a bit more canto na? I don't know where they came from either, okay? It just sounded nice. Wingback now attacking. You want to play a bit safer, fullback on attack. If you're worried, don't play with a wingback on attack. Try a fullback on attack. Now you got one shadow striker, poacher, who's coming to score another goal. Because you got this focus going on this side. You got this entire right side where there's going to be space. Because everybody's moving to the left. Drawing the opposition to the left. Now you got all these. You've got speed merchant here. Go for it. Wingback on attack will come in to score. The wingback on attack wingback will try and score some goals. Okay, he's not going to score a lot, but he's going to be a problem for defenders. So this is something that I would do. Fairly narrow emphasizes all passes are going inside. You can do that. A lot of passes are going to be wall passes in. But you can definitely play fairly wide. But you can go into games. Some games you can just do this straight away. Pass into space. Because no. You don't. This tactic is not pass into space's best friend. Because this guy is not running into the offside trap. He's going to see offside trap and tell you, hey, you know what? I'm not running today. Yeah? You want to do the whole, I want to get and break the offside trap, change this role to an advanced forward, a press or a pressing forward. Then you're going to have juicy players trying to break offside traps 1-2. So this is something that you can do with this tactic. This can be an advanced forward. All right, and then in some games, you're going to go like, okay, fine, man, I've had enough of this Mickey Mouse shit. I'm going to try and score lots of goals. Pass into space. So that's something that you can do. Okay, but the trap inside, please don't play it. This is like, okay, all right, what will happen is when you do a trap inside, everybody's going to say, everybody's going to say, okay, fine, you know what, we're going to hang around here. I'm not going to bother. We're just going to let everybody come to the center because we are giving a trap. And then these two guys would have to try and defend. You got roaming playmaker here. All day long, he's going to go like, the first name and the last name he's going to say before he goes to bed every night is your name because you made him work like crazy. You didn't give him a chance to create goal scoring opportunities. So please, I'm telling right now, right, the pressing trap, right, I have absolutely, this is the one instruction in FM23, you don't have to play. It does not. There is more downside to using pressing trap than there is upside in Football Manager right now. There's so much downside to this instruction. In fact, if you wanted to, what you should do is go into games, do opposition instructions, right? Like you want to force players inside to then tell fullbacks, right? A right back to go left and a left back to go right. Then you force them inside because you're telling them, hey, you don't pass down the lines, you pass into the center. Then you hard tackle the center or you trigger presses. I mean, I wouldn't trigger press the center. This is for a different tactic. Okay, let's clear all this, right? Okay, so what you do is you can trigger press the center and hard tackle the center, right? You can hard tackle the center. Sorry, you can hard tackle the center, which is all the DMs and MCs, and then show angles to these guys. So this guy becomes a left. This guy becomes a right. This is what I would do. Yeah, let's clear this. Alrighty. So this is your tactic. I mean, other than that, I wouldn't change anything else. So no. Don't play stay wider. Close down more. Don't. You don't need it. What you want to do is ask him to mark tighter. So whenever opposition players come, he's not too far away from them. He can read the game, especially since you're playing with a high defensive line, right? So when you play with a high defensive line, those wingers, before they can get to the ball, if his anticipation concentration is high enough, he actually gets in and takes the ball off them, right? Wingbacks do. Fullbacks won't, right? So if you want that kind of play, you play a wingback. Here's a wingback on attack. Yeah, okay, fine. CD, stay wide. Oh, please don't do that. Don't do that. The game already right now has got these two central defenders going wide. You do this, you're becoming Moses. The footballing version of Moses. You've parted the Red Sea, allowing the Egyptian forces to come through your center to score cheap goals. So please do not ask them to stay wider. All right. Just the logic of playing this halfback doesn't mean that you're going to get a three-man backline, no. Sometimes you might get a bit of a three-man backline, but please don't tell them to stay wider. Please don't do that. The engine already is making them go wider than normal. Sometimes this is just going to give you more headaches. All right, wingback on attack, cross more often. Okay, dribble more. Okay, stay wider. Not necessary because the inverted winger is going to go in the half space. He's naturally going to get into that width. Close down more. Don't do. You already, please don't close down more. You don't need to. They go too early, you're going to have a problem. You see, what you really want is this trap in stop crosses. Okay, stop crosses, these guys are going to come and help you double up on opposition players. Right, that's what you really want. So they will come down and double up and try and, prevent them from stopping the cross. Then these guys are going to do the closing down first. So you don't want him to go up and close down. You want these guys to have a chance of helping you, handle the opposition players. So close down more is not something that you want to use, right? So mark tighter here. Pass it. Why do you want the inverted winger to pass it short? Inverted winger is a chance creator. Don't ask him to do that. Because what you really want, you don't ask him to stay wider. You got wing back coming. He wants this space. Inverted winger is going to come here, right? So this guy is going to come. He's going to be the one giving you the width. And then they are going to create problems. Because a roaming playmaker is going to come up the pitch, right? He's going to come up the pitch. And he's going to work in tandem with this player to create goal-scoring opportunities for these three players. right? So take more risks is fine, cross more often, okay, close down more, okay, this is fine, mark specific position. I know what you're doing here. This is the DR, okay. I get these two going out here to man mark. But you see, the thing is, yeah, this mark specific position only happens if there's a player there. Alright, okay, there's no player there, they're not going to go and do that stupid. So this is better than actually specifically naming the player. Close down more, okay, cross more often, you can leave it. I don't have to play. Shoot more often, close. Apparently he's shooting more often. A roll for position. If you want a poacher, why do you want him to roam? Making space for these players. Now you want him to make space, then play advance forward, play pressing forward. Don't play poacher. Poacher is supposed to pin the central defenders down, not roam from position. This is something you don't want to do with a poacher. Poachers are there. They were specific. They take up specific positions, right? They stay between the two defenders. They stay near defenders. They are supposed to be there. They are supposed to hold the defender's attention, allowing other players to come in and give defenders a nightmare. And then when you get into the area, you can create goal scoring opportunities. So this is definitely, don't use this role then. You can use a pressing forward attack. You get the same thing. You get a bit of that roam that you need from the roll, but you get him drifting left and right, giving defenders a problem. Then of course you can ask him to do the crazy. Dribble more, take more risks. Now you got a player that will try and break the offside trap all the time, giving defenders a nightmare, because not only is he pressing the defenders, closing them down all the time, but when he gets the ball, he's trying to break offside traps and get between them and try and score goals. So defenders always have to chase after him. They're always looking at him because he's a problem. Shadow Striker's going to love him because he's occupying all the attention. So this is why I would do this tactic. Alrighty, next tactic. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, next tactic, we're going to try something. Okay, let's go here. We done one, we done two. 4-3-3 control. Let's play this tactic. It's been a while since we play a 4-3-3. Okay. Sugar David, how are you, man? Oh, we already, the links are already there in the chat. We've already been uploading tactics already. Football manager Calcio from Italy, how are you? How do you say hello in Italian? Out of possession setups is this. Keep it simple. Yeah. The team instructions. Out of possession setup. This one. Keep it simple. Like this. Okay. There's a lot of pressing going on in this tactic. Okay, I'm just gonna play for a short while. You can see what I mean. Okay, winger, Lema, inverted winger. Okay, good. Oh, please don't. Okay, all right. Okay, this is fine. Pressing forward, holding a defender's attention. Mazzala, DLP. This is like a possession-centric tactic. Okay, when you use this kind of roles, right? Pressing forward, wing on attack, we inverted one Mazzala here. You got a very congested center. This is possession heavy, all the way. So you're gonna have to like move a team around. You're gonna have to have low tempo in your tactic. You can't rush play. You're gonna have to use basically superior players to pull off lots of wins, right? So if I'm playing this tactic, I would look at that as the main thing, because you're gonna build play up. You see that? You're playing. Right now, your tactic is all very long passing, right? And the tempo is quite high. So, there we go. Not much time, no. So this tactic doesn't do well if your players can't keep the ball. And we score a goal because we are pressing forwarding all the way. See what I mean? Pressing forwards? Hey, sometimes your team can play like shit, right? The defenders take too long on the ball. Pressing forward is the hero of the day. Not because your tactic is good, but because you chose the right role. Look at that. There's so many defensive screw-ups. The football manager has got quite a few of these. I see, okay, multiple players are going for the same player. Multiple players are going for the same opposition player sometimes. Okay, guy goes up, this guy goes up, opens the space up. There we go. One space there. All right, goes up, wins the ball. Okay, in very short window, he wins the ball. And then what does he do? Goes into the area nicely. See what I mean? A lot of support duties, right? All let's go slow, and it's set piece. Almost scored a goal, but it bobbled on the touchline for a long time. Okay, all right, let's make some changes. Like I said, this one we're not playing 45 minutes. Okay, first up. Dang, dang, dang. All right, we can do this. Go wider. Let's lower tempo. Mixed crosses. This time going low crosses is not a bad idea. Underlap left, we don't need. Okay, much more often. This is a lot. Stop the cross. Let's drop this a bit. Why am I dropping the pressing? I don't want everybody running around like trying to close players down. Okay, inverted box to box. Wing back. Nah, we swap. Mazzala support. Box to box. Mazzala inverted winger. Both gonna give problems. The wing back is gonna go around them. And then what we have is a focus play down the left. Winger on attack going wide, wing back coming here, box to box. We're just creating some possession-centric system, right? Okay. We can work the ball into the box, take our own sweet time, try and score goals. Pressing for a winger with Mazaha, inverted winger. I don't know who's going to score goals, but apparently him. Not a lot of players are scoring goals in a 4-3-3, you know. But the thing is, right, most 4-3-3s, I would suggest, okay, this guy go on attack. One row goes on attack, right? So that you have somebody pushing through the middle. So I put him on the side where the inverted winger is. This, I don't know, this might be a bit scary, but yeah, let's try that. And then we want this verticality from this tactic. We want a verticality from the striker. So he drops deep as well, right? And moves around. And another thing, good thing about Football Manager 23 is there's a hell of a lot of red cards if you can keep the ball really well. Don't look at me. Talk to SI about that shit. I get like red cards. If you get the right kind of tactic, right, you're gonna get red cards every time, no? Like, hey, I got red card again. Oh. Not you, the AI. You make one change, pass into space. Oops, they got a red card again. Look at me. I'm not gonna. I don't know if it's a bug or not a bug. I don't have the numbers to back me up, right? So I think some of these weaker teams, because you keep the ball. The thing is, these kind of possession-heavy tactics, they keep the ball really well, right? So when they keep the ball really well, if you can keep the ball really well, you force opposition teams to do mistakes. When they make these kind of mistakes, right, you score more goals. Okay, so now we are in the area. We got this focus play down the left, making focus play on the left, making space on the right. No, we're keeping the ball more effectively down the left-hand channel with the focus play because more players are coming there to help us move the ball around. With that, we get more goal scoring opportunities too because it helps that the opposition is down a man, making us look good. Okay, I know that was not part of the plan. Yeah, pressing forward in the area, gives it back to Griezmann. Oh no, I feel sorry for this team now. Okay, look, we've done enough of this. Yeah, let's. Oh sheesh, we want key highlights as well. Yeah, I thought there was too many highlights. That winger gives us width, right? We're just moving this team around. If you want to, you can even do this. No, hold shape, slightly lower tempo, balance. Let's go up. Let's just believe on balance mentality. Okay, now just move the team around. That's it. Okay, now this for 4-3-3s, right? Your substitution strategy is the same. Okay, it's always going to be the same. Unfortunately for you, it does not include the wing backs. It's always going to be the 3 central midfielders. Yeah, because if 4-3-3s, if these 3 get very weak, you're in trouble. Right? Because your center becomes porous, your defenders get exposed. So you definitely want to play, you want to substitute these 2 roles and the DLP if you need. Then you got the wing backs, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can't really go top side in this tactic. If you want to go and substitute the 2 players up top, then you got to change. It's a risk that you're taking. This tactic can also do this. This one of those Raumdauter tactic. This is a Raumdauter tactic. I got focus play down the one side. We got this wing back going around. We got all this kind of movement that's happening on the left. You can trigger a Raumdauter. So this guy can actually be a Raumdauter in your tactic. Right? So your Raumdauter can now, because you don't really need to defend the right flank anymore. Because you're keeping the ball so effectively down the left, right? You're moving a team around, and then you can also do more with this tactic, right? Okay. What you can do with this tactic is create even more chaos in this tactic by doing this. Dribble more with this player. Now what you have is a ball playing defender also pushing up the ball. So when you do that, you get a ball playing defender who's going to break through the tiers as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but I really didn't want them to go down to a man making us look very good. But it's definitely something you can do. All right, so 4-3-3s can score a lot of goals, but you're basically doing a lot of you need to know your system. You need to know what focus play does. You need to have the right kind of roles and duties. So here we've got a lot of support, and we're keeping the ball. Now we're holding shape. We're just patiently moving them around and not stressing, right? So we just move them around, and this, when you play hold shape as well, yeah, I mean, for me, I find that this whole shape is very good for possession-based tactics. So now we're going to swap these players because these are the guys that need to come off in most of your matches. Right, so then we got options, right? Then the fullbacks. In this case, yeah, we'll take one Ronaldo and take off Regulion. Okay. So I've opted to strengthen the left side where we have our focus, right? So I've got this entire side now is strengthened. So we can continue building our play, keep the ball. And then here we've got a box-to-box midfielder is fresh. So yeah, so it's pretty okay. I mean, yeah. So this is how I would set that tactic up. Right, 4-3-3 is actually a very good system. Yeah. But you have to, in order for you to score a lot of goals with a 4-3-3, you got to think about movement, right? So just now when you did the stuff that you did, I mean, like this stay wide, luckily they put stay wider here, right? And then we just changed this role to inside forward, right, on attack. And then what we did was we did a focus play instead of an underlap. And then we moved this down because we're giving away the ball. This is definitely doable. You can even drop it to this. We had a focus play, slightly level, everything was done. Yeah, stop crosses and you drop this, right? This can be, I mean, you can even play like this. This is fine. Yeah. So this would be simple, and then ask this guy to dribble more. If you are so inclined, if you want this guy pushing up, because what happened is a lot with the focus play, you get this guy pushing up and carrying the team as well. And they got this wing back attacking this. And we swap this, we put in roles that are going to create problems for the opposition because they're going to be further away. When you focus play, this guy's going to be in the half space. This guy's going to be not very far away from him, so you're always going to be keeping the ball. With this guy going around. And then on top of that, there's this guy at the back of them doing balls over the top along with this player. So you got two quarterbacks on this side of the pitch. So this is a tactic that can definitely go with inside forwards or round outers. This is basically a round outer setup that you can do with this tactic. Then definitely you can play on multiple, like again, this can go from balance positive. You can definitely go counter press in some matches and go counter hold shape, move a team around. The advantage of this is your intensity as well. So your intensity drops, so your players don't get as tired. So you can actually wear teams down. Or you can decide, hey, you know what? I want to be more aggressive in the way I attack teams, and you can do this. And get him to attack the lines all the time. Right. So these guys can attack the lines, and these guys are inside for attack. He's always already dribbling more and he's already taking more risks. Right. These roles are hard coded to do that already. So you're basically telling him to do the same thing. Try and break offside traps all the time, every day every day basically. Yeah. So it's an instruction that I personally go for all the time. If I'm playing against certain teams. All right, let's go. We got one more tactic that came in. All right, download this. Okay, tactics. We add that tactic into the folder. Okay. What in the world is this? I'm not downloading this tactic. Sorry, guys. That looks like a strange file. Fulham version came in. One. I'll take only one tactic. So this one. Download. I don't know what that file was, man. That looks strange. Download one at a time. And then the next one is this Fulham version YDD right here, and download this one. Fulham version YDD is here, and this one is there. All right, so we got 2 more tactics in there. All right, next tactic. All right, so we've done this tactic. We haven't done this. We've done Roger Ball. We've done control. Okay, we're going to look at this tactic. This is a 4-2-4. Okay. Definitely wrong choice. Don't work ball into box. Yeah, 4-2-4 doesn't... I mean, work ball in... Okay, the thing about 4-2-4 is low crosses, not your friend. Because everything is a cutback. Cutbacks can happen with mixed crosses too, right? So time wasting is something that you don't need in a tactic, right? You do that as a matter of course when you want to try and what is it now? You want to try and preserve a lead or what? Okay, now the other thing is this ball winning midfielder and register. Registers don't do you a lot of favors in this kind of tactics. Why? Because a register doesn't require a lot of things, no? It doesn't require a lot of physical attributes to perform well, which is a clue on how this guy is going to play. So if I were you, if you want to lock your team into a position, the register hold relatively is a static role. It doesn't run everywhere. So you can use this role if you want that kind of a setup. So this is a very defensive 4-2, right? They got inverted winger. So I would definitely, pass into space is fine. Come in here. No, you don't have to tackle. Dribble. Bam. Yeah, you want to do this, right? You do this straight away. Every day from Sunday, every other day of the week, they're going to try and break offside traps all the time, right? You can even do this, right? This, you don't need to. No, you can have 2 inverted wingers, 1 inverted wing on attack. Why? He can be a goal scorer, but also look at creating chances. So now you got 2 guys going at the half space. These wing backs automatically go around them. You don't need a complete wing back. What you want somebody is a bit more. You need a role here that doesn't roam. Okay, so you got this because these inverted wingers, what they do is, you roam. You got double roams. No. Leave it like this. Okay, this guy's going to do a natural overlap. So when he comes this way, he's going to look to feed these guys from wider positions. So you can get a wing back here. This guy's going to attack. In fact, here, the focus is better on this side. Do the focus on this side. Because the reason why you want to do a focus here instead of here is because he's going to attack the box when you do the focus on this side. So your DLP holding position. This guy's going to bring the ball up. DLP, the inverted winger is with. He's going to go around the inverted winger because it's a natural overlap for these two. Right? You don't have to do anything. This guy, you don't need an overlap. This role, that's a natural overlap. Because if you're going to position him higher, you might commit yourself to screwing. I mean, you're probably going to end up having problems. Right? This overlap goes around it. These guys do a natural overlap already. Right? Wingback support, inverted winger. They always do. They will always naturally overlap. The only thing this role does, this overlap is going to do, is going to make it more risky for this position because he's going to be positioned higher up the pitch. If that's what you want, then fine, leave it. But what the overlap also does is it tells him to hold the ball for a player coming on the outside. So the thing is, do you want to score goals very quickly or do you want to build play up, work ball into box? 4-2-4s, they're all about creating opportunities. So I would definitely, in some games, right, I will remove this. You don't need it. You don't need overlap in some of the matches. You can build play up nicely and then go and try and score goals, right? But you won't need the overlap all the time. But if you want to front foot and get him high up the pitch, you can do that. Or I would just do this. Why worry? Put him here. Yeah, you have a ball winning midfielder. Why don't you just put him here if you want to have that front, the guy to be high up the pitch? Then he can be high up the pitch. Right. So if you're not, then play him like this. Roll it out, slow pace down. You can remove this. Throw it long is a better option than roll it out because throw it long will feed the wing backs as well. Otherwise, you're just giving it to ball playing defenders. Play out a defense is definitely not necessary in this tactic because this guy's going to drop deep. But I would throw a long counter press. That's something that I would do. The thing is, right now, if I were playing this tactic, I would give it to the center backs. So if I throw it long or wing fullbacks, right? So I can give it to these players or these two to initiate the attack. If I need to, right? Otherwise, you using a super keeper, you might kick the ball up, which is fine. So dribble more, tackle harder. Tackle harder is something that you don't want to put on these guys. You don't need them to go down hard. Mark's specific position for the player in the center is suicide football. Okay, these guys get yellow cards, you're gonna have problems. Okay, mark tighter is okay, but definitely don't ask him to go and mark the full left back, one of the fullbacks. He's just gonna go out of position, man. I mean, even if the complete wingback is an underrated role, in this tactic, I wouldn't use a complete wingback. Complete wingbacks are going to be way better in a 4-3-1-2, in a 4-4-2 diamond. Here, you want the discipline of him going around this player because you want to create this. You got double EFs attacking the lines, so you don't need so many complete. You don't need the complete wingback doing it. And then trap outside is a nonsense. Don't use a trap. Use a stop cross instead. Don't play trap outside. The trap instructions are the worst instructions on Football Manager right now. Major no. I mean, I will never use them. I won't use them. Yeah, don't. The trap insides are not very useful because you're gonna break a lot of times it causes when you trap inside or outside, what I've noticed is the play breaks down over here a lot more in your tactics as opposed to here. So I'd rather just not use it and use OIs instead. I'm more happier with OIs. I think OIs have been, because I had a lot of bug reports of OIs and they addressed it in FM23 and I like the way they're playing right now instead of trap. And I haven't really been focusing on traps. There are few bugs. I mean, the thing about traps is, right, okay, fine. They actually give up. These two guys get into a lot of trouble because these guys do nothing for them. And these guys, they defend every day. And then you got one playmaker here. Or you got one creative role here. And then register someone in the trap inside. Oh my goodness, that's suicide football. Yeah. You put a register in here and you're playing trap inside, it's suicide football. Yeah, you're going to have a lot of problems in this tactic. So I would just set it up like this. And just stay wider. Okay, I mean, you want to go ahead, but it affects your transitions as well. When they're defending, they're wider. Right. I think you're going to get a natural overlap from the use of these two roles. I personally wouldn't use it. But if you like it, then go ahead. Tackle harder is not necessary. A lot of the times, you're going to have a subs. Right now, the biggest thing about Football Manager is the substitution strategy. It is singularly the most effective way of winning games right now. Because when you do a proper substitution strategy at the 60th minute, you can take a 3-0 and turn it into a 4-3. But if you have a lot of red cards or yellow cards in critical positions, you're forced into changing those positions first. And then your substitution strategy will fall apart. Because what if your yellow cards are here, but you need to sub these guys? But now you have to sub these guys because they're on the edge. Maybe one of them is getting angry. So you get into, you might get into a bother. So I would just remove tackle harder. Mark tight is a good instruction, but I wouldn't use tackle harder. But I would just set it up like this, right? So this is how I would do it. I would not use overlap. I left it. So something like this. This can definitely work. Pass into space, shorter passing. The problem with shorter passing is it affects everybody, right? Until it gets to these two players. Now, if you play on mixed passing, your players are given options. These guys can also try line passes. So when you play shorter passing, the question you have to ask yourself is, who's winning those passes? So if you play a mix, you give your players a few more options, especially when you're playing a 4-2-4. Right? So that's how I would set it up. In case you guys are wondering, we do Bring Your Tactics every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. Yeah, provided, got time. Before the kids go, Daddy, pick me up. You guys gotta compete with my kids. You gotta compete with my sons. So, My sons. Okay, so we got time to look through these tactics very quickly. Okay, all right. Lopsided tactic. Okay, fine. And gosh. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, Engash is a hook. It's a hook. The reason why a hook in football is a player that doesn't do a lot of work but expects everybody around him to do all the work for him. So that means I'm going to stay here and pass you a ball. I'm going to stay here and try and play a really cool pass to that side of the pitch. And I'm not going to come back and defend. But I need options around me. I need players. I need passing options. Does he have passing options? He's got one in front, one to the side, but nobody coming down the flanks. Maybe he's wing back. So if you and low crosses, immediately go mix. Yeah, this tactic is gonna camp naturally. So he's gonna camp naturally, then fine. Engash, okay, I'll leave it here if you like the Engash, right? But he's not gonna be contributing a lot to the attacking transitions, right? So, but I will probably play an APS if I wanted to. But I'm wondering why you want to intentionally offset these two players. These two, okay. If you want to do something like that, right, you don't need to do this, in Football Manager right now. Just move it to the side, put a focus play, and you get it already. You get this whole, I move the whole tactic to the left, right, and create all the space down the right for these two guys to go and score goals. That's all you do. You don't need to do an offset. But if you want to do an offset, by all means, go and do the offset, right? Just like this. But I would recommend definitely use the focus play for this. Okay, wing back. Okay, fine. This volante is fine. Complete wing back going this way is fine. Ball playing defender is fine. Shadow striker is fine. This guy is fine. You don't have to change him. Advanced forward is going to break the lines all day long. Much shorter passing. No, don't do this. Just do standard tempo mix. Standard is fine. Yeah, slow pace down. Slow pace down. I don't know. Okay. Slow pace down is only useful in situations. Right. You gotta keep a good decision making, leave it to him. Okay. But to use this to drive possession is kind of like a cheat code. It's not a cheat code really. It's like, why do you need slow pace down? You don't need this in any tactic, right? Unless you want a time waste, then you use slow pace down. Other than that, just leave it. Like, you don't need it. The distribute quickly is fantastic because sometimes, even this also, I don't think it really works in the game. Like, I've used it many times and I want the keeper to kick it early, but he doesn't kick it early. I've never seen the keepers, very rarely have I seen keepers kick it early, right? So, the only time I've noticed that is when I've played distribute over opposition defense or distribute to flanks. Right. And then I play on a higher mentality. So now you're already playing on balanced mentality. That's low risk football. So you don't really need slow pace now. So I would probably remove slow pace now. You definitely doesn't need it in this tactic. This is like a tactic that's playing in the mid block and wants to hit teams on the break. So the thing here about this tactic is this guy is not going to help you defend. So you're definitely just drawing teams in, hoping to win the ball here and then hitting them over the top. But he's not attacking the space. You only got these two. So how do you do that? This guy has to be a different role. DLP holds position. This guy has got to wing back attack. So you got this guy coming out supporting. Then you got a white centre back. This guy hold position. White centre back comes into the space with a focus play. This guy goes down the flank. Now the Engash has got another option to pass the ball to. Volante is going to go up and down. The complete wing back is coming around this side, the shadow striker. But again, right, the only attacking options you have with the mid block are these two players. Right, that's the only two that you have. But I would definitely just make this change to wing back, white centre back. The CD on cover is fine. This is going to be an important player. Dribble more. Yeah, you can play a dribble more on this guy. But what you really need him to do is also stay wider. Yeah. You need to come up because they're too close in a 3-man defense. So you just get him to come up a bit more. And you can ask him to come up a bit more. He'll push up, or you can even go wide centre back, right? Wide centre back on defense. He'll be a bit further away, and then he will help you protect the half spaces because this guy is not going to do it. So I think, yeah, actually better off doing wide centre back on defense. Yeah, because you got this guy attacking going forward, right? What you want is a player helping you defend the half space. So I go wide centre back on defense for this tactic. Player defense, okay, yeah. I can see that build up play. This guy goes up. DLP is holding position, white center back. Engash will drop a bit deeper. This guy is going to go this way. Volante is coming up. You definitely have a way to get the ball up the pitch really effectively now. Counter press, that's fine. And then, yeah, this is fine. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution, not necessary, but you can use it because it will affect these 3 players, right? So these 3, like Brighton, how they defend, right? But 4 guys go and defend, and the rest of the team stays in their half. Something like how Brighton play. You can actually do it on Football Manager with prevent short goalkeeper distribution, playing a medium block. Yeah. So yeah, I would set it up like this. All right, next tactic. We got to look at Fulham version 2. Thank you that last week. This time is based on a systematic change to normal. Okay, let's see how it is. This is the tactic we're using. Okay. Oh, this is a lot better now compared to what you were doing last week, right? Focus play down the left, nice. Okay, you can move the DLP to this side if you want. Volante is pushing up, fullback. Okay, no, leave it like this. Don't leave the DLP on this side. He holds position where the winger is attacking, wing back. It's nice. Shadow striker over the top, shorter passing. I think go to standard. Yeah. Mid block. Yeah, and then you can always do pass into space whenever you feel itchy. Seriously, like you feel like it, hey, I want to pass into space. Don't feel like passing into space, take it off. It's perfect. Just leave it like that. It is gonna work. Yeah, target forward, shadow striker drops deep. Shadow striker takes over this position. Wingers giving you the width. This is where your principal chances are going to be created. Yeah, fine, great. Yeah, if you want to change things around, you just want to make it simple. Inside forward attacks this area. Shadow striker attacks this area. Defenders are always occupied. Also possible. Yep, very nice. I think this is an improvement from last week. Yeah. Much better. Okay, now Leeds 4-2-3-1 DM wide. Okay. Alright, now we play this tactic, okay? Try a few, now we play one. A lot of 4-2-3-1s, man. Okay. Play. Oh, we're playing Barcelona some more. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Yeah. Alright, let's look at that. APM support, inverted winger, ball winning midfielder here. Okay, I mean, defensively solid, but the problem is now I would say use complete wingback on the right flank. Use a complete wingback on this flank. Because while this ball winning midfielder is going to stay in this position, the problem is you're too deep, right? So every time you're going to attack, depending on a lot of counter attacks in this tactic. Yeah, you have to get the opposition to attack you, and then look at the build-up play, right? So the Philippe goes up, nice, gets into the area. Morata, nice, and then get into the area. Whoa, close, man. It's okay. I mean, overall, I'm not unhappy with the tactic. I mean, like, okay, fine. I'm just going to change one rule right here. Complete wingback on attack, just for the fun of it. I'm just going to launch this guy forward. Okay, we got ball winning midfielder beside him. I mean, there's a risk that the what you might call it, you might get exposed. But I'm trying something. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be an improvement in the tactic. The tactic is really quite decent. Yeah. Stop crosses. Have we got stop crosses? I don't see this guy coming back. Okay, prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. Okay. What is this guy doing? Mark Knight. All right, let's go. Let's see what happens now. I like it in this setup, right? Because you got a very anchored role, like a ball winning midfielder. I mean, he's gonna run around quite a fair bit trying to win the ball, but he's on defend duty, right? So I'm asking this guy to see whether he can push up. Once again, right? Ooh la la, Loriente got sent off. What the hell, man? Ouch. Now we gotta defend with all these players. Okay, hold on. Let's do something, okay? We drop you into this hole. We now play as a ball-winning midfielder on support, and I play you as a DLP on support. Now we hold position. We play you as a wingback on support, and then we use a focus play down the right. No hit early cross. A focus play down the right. Yeah, because you got this. Okay, no, we play ball-winning midfielder here, and then DLP on support, and then we go this way. Dribble more. Yeah, okay, you dribble more. Oh, you gotta try and hold on for hopefully we don't lose this game now. DLF on support, yeah, I don't. I would rather go pressing for attack. Your tactic doesn't need a DLF on support. Yeah, I forgot to change it. Your tactic doesn't need a DLF on support. Don't do that, right? Especially in double DMs. I don't like it unless you're a very good team, right? You can go camping in the opposition half. You can do all kinds of damage to them. Then yeah, okay, makes sense. But if you're not, if most teams are not like that, right? Most people are not playing world-class players, right, in their tactic. So most of you are average players. If you're average players, don't do that, right? Don't try and, I want to be a Pep Guardiola tactic with a bunch of Mickey Mouse players, right? So go and get somebody to attack the goal. So to put the defenders under pressure, we got problems, man. See, dribble more. These guys can't do it. No options here. Play. I use play or defense. Idiot. When you have double DMs, right? Play or defense. The two DMs are too close. That's a mistake we made. They are way too close. So you don't really need play or defense. I don't think anyone needs play or defense when you have double DMs. You don't need it. DMs are already so close. Asking them to be sitting on top of my central defenders doesn't help. Yeah, finally we get one nice transition. I didn't like the fact that I believe that we could have still beaten Barcelona with 10 men. This version of the tactic, right? If I'm playing 10 men with a 4-2-3-1, I'll do exactly this with a 4-2-3-1. Okay, so now Felix playing here. Wow, that's smart. Wow, that was so smart. Okay, now I got to make a double substitution. Okay, we got Rodrigo de Paul as a DLP. We got Saul as a ball-winning midfielder. Oops, I agile Felix, man. No, you don't worry. If you play or defense, and you got two DMs, and both the DMs have got both the defenders have dribble more, then it's a problem. But if you have if you play no player or defense, and both ball playing defenders have dribble more, then it's okay. All right, because the two DMs are not so close anymore. So they can still carry the ball. I told you, right, this tactic can still beat a team with 10 men. Yeah, no worries. Just enjoy yourself. Bang, you can still beat them. Because now what I have is a very static group now. There's 6 players here defending, right? So I got this. As long as the inverted winger can draw. Sometimes I don't look at set pieces. Okay, never mind. C'est la vie, such is life. Huh? Okay, we concede a goal from set piece. But 10 men down, no. I believe that we can do it. We shout at the team, throw water bottle. What can we do? These guys are 6.4. Okay, let's make a sub. Let's bring on Regulion. I will want to try him. I definitely want to try him in this game. Okay. All right. We still had a better XG than the other team. Alright, make sub, last sub. Lema for, Lema is useless, but never mind, it's okay. Alright, Joao Felix should never know. I'll try and do a cut version of this, yeah. But this, I will try, oh god, yeah, we lost, man. There's only so much I can do, right, 10 men. Okay, but your original tactic, right, don't put DLF on support, and definitely don't ask them to play out defense, yeah. I think that's the most important takeaway from this tactic. Yeah, you can't. Especially, I mean, 10 men definitely possible, this tactic still. But just make these changes that I made. DLP and ball winning midfielder. I still think that we can. Yeah, look at that. You're still doing okay, you know. Yeah, unfortunately, we had this Mickey Mouse turner. We had a Mickey Mouse manager who put João Felix as a holding midfielder. I didn't realize that João Felix was a ball-winning midfielder at that point. I said, oops, that was a mistake. Okay, there we go. See that? 10 men, no. 10 men Atletico Madrid still proving to be a thorn in the butt of Barcelona. So your strategy is always going to be the same. So I would look at your tactic and say, yeah, because as it is, the tactic needs a bit of tweaking, right? So here, this is the one, right? Okay, I think this was your tactic. Okay, looking at this tactic, this is not necessary. Play him as a pressing forward attack. Okay, just let him go. Occupy it. Because DLF on support drops deep. AP, what's he going to do? Drop, what are you going to do? Hold hands? They're not going to help each other out. You need him attacking the line. Because he's attacking, don't do that at all. Okay, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. In fact, all he needed to do was change this. And then this player or defense, yeah, remove this. Don't use player or defense in this tactic. Yearly crosses is fine. Counter, yeah, that's fine. This is fine, this is fine. Okay, everything, I mean, you can do prevent shot goal because these 4 guys will go and help you. But that's it, right? Your mistake was this role. Yeah, this was the only mistake. And of course, player or defense with dribble more attached to both these players. Yeah, that's a major no-no in Football Manager. You don't want to do that. Okay, Manchester United. Oh, well, let me check this. Fulham version we done. Okay. MU, is this MUFC? No, Leeds 4-2-3-1. I don't know what tactics I'm looking at. This is Leeds, right? Okay. So this is one that we did Leeds. We did the 4-3-3 overloads. 3-5-2 Libero. Okay, this one we can talk through it because we've done 5-2-2-1 so many times. DLP Volante. Okay, not a big fan of the Volante in this setup because the Volante is going to move forward the wing back and then this inside forward is attacking. A bit off. This is a glorified box-to-box midfielder, right? So it goes up, he goes down, he goes up, he goes down. What is he gonna do? Because what you really need is somebody attacking as well. So why centre back and defend? This is a very defensive tactic. Like there's not gonna be a lot of goals in this tactic. You're gonna move teams around, but you're not gonna create a lot. Libero in the center. I tell you something. The better role is the ball-playing defender on defense. We're in total dribble mode. That's a way better role. Libero is gonna look to play those passes out. If you want a libero dictating play from the back, moving the ball around left and right, then he really needs options, right? So you got advanced for running the lines. You got one inside forward here. Ooh, this one. Wingback attack does a natural overlap. This guy is fine. This side is, you don't have to change anything, right? This problem is here. I would give him a wide centre back on support, getting to come out of the pitch. This guy is holding position, right? So this guy can attack. This guy comes in, he protects. Libero is fine. Wide centre back on defend. Wing back on support, Volante. This is one of those ball into box tactics, right? Okay. Not as much. Wing back is going to be wide. Don't have to be wider. This guy is going to come into this. I don't have to send arrow. This, don't need these instructions. It's going to complicate your tactic. Right? I wouldn't apply all this. They're going to be wider anyway from this. The width. Roam from position on this guy? No. Don't ask him to roam because you want him to create and attack the space. I would leave him as you can actually play him as a winger. So this winger, what will happen is get a lot of width now in your tactic. This guy's, if you want him to stay wide, he becomes a winger. If you want him to sit a bit narrow, use him as inside forward. Right, so now he's going to sit a bit, he's still going to be an attacking force. Wingback goes around him. Inside forward might look for the diagonal. This guy's going to attack this way. The guy holds up ball here. This guy comes out to support. You get a lot of focus play here. Bang. Okay, so now this area is sorted. Okay, because we're going to have a lot of build-up play here. Now what about this area? This area, it's got a volante, it's got wingback. Okay, I would say this is pretty safe. You also can play a wide centre back on support here. It's pretty safe here, this area. You're gonna keep the ball around. This is a lower tempo tactic. Right. You're moving a team around to try and create goal scoring opportunities, and this is not favorable to a pressing forward. Maybe pressing forward and support, even DLF on support, you can use in this tactic. Right. Now what you have is a very possession-centric libero system, which is going to move a team around and try and score goals. Right. So, yeah, you can move teams around trying to score goals. Take your own sweet time. The guy drops, the guy attacks the space together. This guy goes around, creates all kinds of havoc in defensive systems. Yeah, something like that. This could definitely work. Right, you give a lot of time to the libero. This guy just gonna do all kinds of funky things from the back. Right, he's gonna push up into this spot where you got a DLP and support over volante, so he's well protected. Yeah. All right. Now I think there's one tactic I have not done. Is this? I thought I did this. Manchester United. Oh no. CM on attack, DLP, wingback attack. This is a very you get these guys running. Okay, what's going to happen in this tactic is you're going to lose the ball a lot. If focusing play to the middle, you're going to get a lot of congestion. This guy's going to run into traffic all the time because everybody's going to come closer to try and move the ball. Focus play you have to remember what focus play does. Focus play moves central midfielders closer together into the area of focus. Right, so they're all going to be there, so just take it off. You don't need it. Right? You don't need focus play. It's going to happen anyway because you got these three roles here. Problem with this is he attacks. You got only three guys helping you defend. Right? Okay, this guy's going to be up here. This guy's going to be up here. I mean, I get what you're trying to do, but the question is this safe for your tactic? So you might end up in situations where you can see a lot of goals. So you're going to be a bit more safer, go box to box here. Then now you got one attacking here, one attacking there. At least you're not taking as many risks as before. So this is the only change I would make. I'll just take off the focus play, right? You take out the focus play to the middle. You don't need it. In fact, this tactic, what I would do is the entire opposite. I go focus left and right. I get them moving this way so that I get more space. Or maybe focus right. Focus right. Okay, focus right. Move everybody to the right. So this CM can attack the space here. So the CM attacks the half space. The wingback goes around them, right? So you can do that. I probably would not have a focus play down the middle. I'll probably, if anything else, is the right. So that I can drive these wingbacks down the flanks. These wingbacks are going to be very high up the pitch. The problem when you do a focus play through the middle with these CMs attacking, if you lose the ball, they're not going to help you defend. When you do a focus play left and right, also you have to remember this, right? You're pushing to the side and you want to attack that space. If you lose the ball, they're not going to help you defend. They're going to be out of position. So using the focus play, you got to think about where you want the focus to be. And then when you lose the ball, how you're defending the area. So do you have the players to defend the area? Right, so I would use the setup that I just used. Player defense is fine. You draw teams in, but this guy's going to be high up the pitch. Hitting the early cross, right, defense. Okay, pass into space is fine. Prevention. Yeah, the only changes are I change this guy to box. Complete forward. Okay, fine. He said everything. If you have the player for this, fine. Yeah. It's a very expensive role though. You're not gonna find a lot of players who can play this position. Same attack is gonna attack the center. Fine. There's a lot of width in this tactic though. So when the wingbacks attack, they're gonna clash into these guys. Here, this row, a better row will be complete wingbacks. They will roam. These are better rows. Because you have to remember, wingback is wide. Winger is wide. Both might end up in the same positions, right? So complete wingback roams. So he might go inside, he might go outside. Much better option. At least you have a role that gives you I would go with complete wingbacks in this case then more than wingbacks on attack. Yeah. So those are the tactics, man, for today. I think we've covered all the tactics, and my kids I have to go and pick up my kids already. Yeah, all the tactics were done. So, guys, I gotta go and pick up the kids now. It's a bit late. Normally I'm gone I would have gone 5 minutes ago, but want to cover as many of the tactics as possible. And I hope that you found this useful. Now, of course, we do this Bring Your Tactics every week. And if you joined the show and you couldn't send in your tactics, don't worry. Try and be around next week. Or worst case, the link is in the top of the show. Just go to the link and upload the tactic. I'll clear the folder. I mean, some of your tactics are here. Okay. I can't cover all of them because I got to go and pick up the kids. So if you're around, I'll delete the ones that we've already done. Yeah, and then where I can, I'll try and do the rest of the tactics, but try not to put in too many tactics as well. But the link should be there. Somebody was quite smart. He went and used the link for the following week. So he put in the tactic. I saw the tactic. I was like, okay, not too bad. But at least he did it. He did do it last week, right? So he did it like the day before. So that was not so bad. So I want to thank everybody for coming on today's stream. You've been absolutely fantastic. Now I got to be a good father, you know. Don't make my son scream at me because daddy is late. Otherwise, it's still my fault because I decided to be late. So I want to thank all of you. Hope you had a good time. Hope it helped. If you didn't, I'll just have to try harder next time. You guys stay safe. Be good to each other. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.